Hello, happy Friday, I'm pretty sure. Let me do that real quick. Hello, hello. Hello, Blood. Hello, Miggles. Congrats on first. Hello, Rising. Hello, Idom. Hello, Broken Bee. Hello, Uni. Hello, Panis. Hello, Seriously What the Fuck Clap. Hello, Noel. Hello, Austin. Today is indeed Friday. I wasn't sure for a second, but it is Friday. It is a warm Friday. I think it's like 30 degrees Celsius here, which is kind of frying me a little bit in a bad way. We'll have to step out for a work meeting in a bit, but I wanted to be here. Thank you! Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope your work meeting goes well as they can go anyway. Hello, Uncanny, welcome in. I don't really have that much to talk about, except for the fact that I kind of wanted to play Bloodborne all day today, but I was like, I can't just change to Bloodborne from Umineko. I feel like that'd be kind of upsetting. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna commit. It's warm here too, 24 degrees and overcast. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, hot weekend. At least here, it's gonna be pretty hot. It is 60. Is that a 6-7 joke, or is it actually 67 degrees in freedom units? 30 here as well, but with a twist. What's the twist? What could it be? I think here it's kind of sunny. I don't know. I've had the shades down all day because I don't want to get, burned to death in my room. It's actually 67. That's crazy. 90% humidity is the twist. Oh my god. Oh, I feel so bad for you. The twist is it's 30 Kelvin. I don't know what that would be. We had a big storm here, and there is a big limb partially broken off and hanging precariously from my neighbor's tree directly above my driveway. A limb? Like, a human limb? Sorry. What do you mean, big limb? I'm scared. A tree limb? Hello, little crew. What is a tree limb? Is that... oh, like a branch? I'm so confused. I guess like a really, really big branch. That sounded very ominous. I was like, a human limb hanging from your neighbor's tree. That sounds like some Umineko bullshit. Fits right in. No, but it's just a big branch, I'm guessing. Like, I don't know. That looks like a tree's limbs, I suppose. But yeah, I don't really have that much to talk about. I'm really tired today. I drank some coffee, but that only made me more tired, so... here we are. Let me see. Trying to be super cool. What happens if I do... sorry, I'm trying to do something. Oh my god, you can't even see this. Okay, nice. So if I go here, and then I do this, it's already done. Everything is already done. You don't have to see me messing around. I used to have like a stinger in between transitions so that I can do that in the like 1 to 2 seconds that it takes to switch over to the other scene, but it has my old design. And I have to get that updated at some point. Someday. Sometime. Beata would do that with a human limb, that's true. Yeah, it would be her Halloween decoration. Speaking of Umineko, any theories, Spooky? Oh, you know what? I actually tried to go through episode 1. And I did get a little bit through it. I got... I think they made it to the boat. Is to where I made it. And I even took some notes and I forgot all about them. Oh, I took a lot of notes. for not having played that much or read that much. It's 500 words, which isn't that much considering, but it's one of, like, a lot of the words are just one big paragraph of quoting Kinzo. Did I write down any theories? Let me see. I should have maybe marked them. Oh yeah, I noticed that they were talking about Maria's name. And they were talking about the Japanese spelling of everyone's names. But Maria's in particular kind of stood out to me because her name had a cross in it. And I don't know if I said this as I was reading it the first time. But this time I was like, huh, I wonder if that's really just like a little reference to chess pieces. Or if like Kinzo gave them or wanted them to have weird names so that they could technically be real chess pieces, you know? And I looked it up and there's officially, I think, 16 chess pieces. And there is a total of 18 people. So if we don't count Kinzo and maybe someone else, I don't know who, but someone else, that would make for 16 that are left. I don't know. That is not a theory, but just a thought that I had. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, there was kind of a lot of foreshadowing to the whole history that Kinzo and Beato have as far as we know it. Just from like a couple of sentences that Kinzo was screaming about. Which I thought was kind of nice. I feel like if you read into it a lot, you could have figured it out in the first few sentences that man says. And he goes on and on about his like will and stuff and how he's unwilling to write one. I'm pretty sure 30 Kelvin would be like negative 200 something C. That's not cold at all. Hello, Potoy, welcome in. Also, hello, Latai, welcome. "500 words is a massive primary school essay assignment, is it?" But that's just like up until the point where you meet Jishka, I think. Before they board the boat or something. So that's just the beginning of what is supposed to be a big theory dump. I'll hopefully manage to get through all the episodes once again before the question arcs end. And we finally start the answer arcs. I still have a little bit to go till we even make it to 4. So I'm hoping that maybe with enough determination, it will not happen. But anyway, with enough determination, I can maybe make it before we finish episode 4. Time to ask Rosa. Yep. She knows it, probably. Ginza the most reliable source on Rokenjima. I mean, it kind of matched up with what Beato had told Batara, which I thought was interesting. Hold on, let me see. What did I... Oh yeah, he said something along the lines of her standing around in his room, invisible, having resisted him for a long time. How he wants to sacrifice everything to see her smiling one more time, stuff like that. So it kind of matches up with him pursuing her and her just deciding to make herself invisible and to not show herself to him. You can read into it a lot, but there's not much to go off of in the first few sentences. But you could have maybe seen something like that coming if you trust his words, if you trust what he says. Who can we yeet off the island? All of the adults, first of all, and that's about it. But Goda can stay, and Genji maybe. He's cool. I write around 200 words per chapter in Higurashi, but it can go up to like 1,000 plus if something happens. Yeah, I'm assuming that if I get to the more interesting and lore-heavy parts of episode 1, I'll have a lot more to say about that. But episode 3 so far has been kind of like episode 1, just with even more information. So I feel like episode 1 until the very end won't be too incredibly interesting. But it gives me a chance to also look at the closed room murders again and see if I can figure something out with my newfound information. Who knows? Kumasawa seems chill. Yeah, she's alright, but I don't really feel too attached to her. You know? I really feel attached to Goda at this point, and Genji. I don't care that much about Nanjo. Or Kumasawa, I'm sorry. They're okay. They're alright. I think I like Kumasawa a little bit more than Nanjo, though. Nanjo's just kind of, I don't know. He isn't very interesting. Hello, Curly. Welcome in. How have you been? I've been good. How about you? I've been very tired and very lazy. I've been putting things off. That's how you say it. For a long time. And I kind of keep bashing myself over the head every time. I'm like, you need to finish this and that and this and that. And I never do anything. But I have to at some point. Other than that, I've been good though. How about you? I don't think I've seen you stream for a while. Have you been busy? My Higu document is at 16,000 words, but there's a lot of repeating, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's about fair. You know, I feel like in Higurashi, there's a lot of repeating. Ryukishi kind of likes to repeat himself and his world building in the beginning of Higurashi a lot. Kumasama at least jokes around. True, true. I'm good as well, not productive. Busy, but a bit busy, yeah. I get that. Let me see if is there anything else that's super interesting from my notes? Oh yeah, I wrote down the stuff about Angie again. I'm gonna assume that we're gonna see her at some point. But from, like, how they described her, she seems to be, like, really young. And sickly. And I know from, like, having seen some of the sprites, that her sprite isn't a young girl like you would imagine. I would imagine someone of the age of Maria, but that's not the age that she seems to be. So I'm curious about how that's gonna go. I also have, like, the Umineko console opening, I think that was it, in my YouTube playlist. And the other day the video played, and thankfully I didn't see, like, any major spoilers. But it's kind of interesting how much it spoilers, like, or spoils. There's, like, images, or, like, CGs, where, for example, Shannon has the ring and everything. I don't know, they just show some really massive CGs. Spoiling yourself so quickly. The Angie thing? I didn't see them now. I saw them way before I started playing Umineko. I have seen the majority of the characters though, and I think out of all of them, the only two that I know like by name are Angie and Erika, I think. I don't know who they are, except that Angie, well, is Kiria's daughter, yes. And I don't know anything else. I don't know if that's a that's not that big of a spoiler, I don't think. It doesn't really matter that much. The OP is so insanely spoilery. Yeah, I didn't see anything else past, like, the first few seconds. But it was impressive. Angie. Erika's peak, all you need to know. She looks really cool. Okay. Sorry. I did keep on yapping for quite some time. What happened to your last time? Oh my god, I completely forgot about this. Oh yeah. So Kinzo went up in flames last time. I think we had the whole thing with Beato escaping her prison very, very briefly. And having fallen down the cliff and everything, we learned a little bit about her history with Kinzo and how Rosa was involved. And then we cut back to present time and the siblings kept talking and whatnot. And then suddenly, after Shannon was proposed to, they were called up to Kinzo's room because he had, I don't know, he was doing some tarot reading. And apparently he kept getting bad results and then he freaked out and then he called them and then, I don't know, Beato was there and set him on fire and he died. And then Kanon had this super cool fight against, oh god, who was it? Satan? Was it, oh my god, Satan? Or was it Lucifer? No, it was Lucifer, right? Oh god, I don't remember their names anymore. Anyway, and she kind of failed. Oh, that's not the button I meant to press. And then he was supposed to fight against all the other sisters. And then Shannon started up her cool shield. And then, I don't know, Genji, I think, killed her and put her to rest nicely. Can I get her, please? What is this RNG? Come on, there we go. Lucifer. Yes, yes. And I think that's about it. I think Genji ended her life. Is this where I left off? That's crazy. Well, I guess she got killed by Genji, which is, I guess, better than being torn apart by the sisters, by the ass Nechans. And, you know, at least she died peacefully, haha. Her soul had already been sent to a world where the malicious witch and her furniture could not reach her, no matter how evilly they tortured her. This scene left Beatrice and the seven sisters stunned. Only Ronove wore a mysterious smile. Then Genji leaned over Kanon, who was crouching on the floor. Is he gonna kill him too? You did well. You should sleep now too. Yes. Thank you very much, Genji-sama. Just as he had done with Shannon, he softly covered Kanon's eyes with his hands, then gently pressed the area around Kanon's collarbone with his other hand, and when his hand was removed with the lightness of a feather, there was a crimson rose there. Damn, he is a swift killer. I don't even know how he's doing this. Double kill. Why? Why would you take this on yourself? I mean, it's kind of nice. They don't have to die in a cruel way, but now he has to bear the guilt of having killed them. That's kind of messed up. If he even lives after this, maybe he'll also die. But that rose shape quickly turned into the stain of bright red blood pouring out. What is that? What a boring person. Even though it's so fun to poke the balloon of life with the needles so that it forcefully explodes. Spectacular, Genji. You truly are furniture. Thank you very much. I don't know if that's a compliment, but... Well then, Beatrice-sama, Ronove-sama. With this, as my final task, allow me to rest. Damn you, snatching away my fun. Why don't I take all the thrashing and mashing I want to do to them and give it to you instead? Seems like he's piercing an artery. Yeah, I wonder how he's doing that. It only mentions his hands. Beatrice faced him with an unsatisfied expression, but the Ronove spoke quietly to Genji with a soothing smile. You have worked well. Hard. I don't know why I read well. You're my greatest servant. As a final gift, I shall bestow upon you a peaceful sleep fitting for all the labors you have performed. What?
おい、勝手な真似を。
Wait, it's not your place to... When Ronove snapped his fingers, Genji slumped to the floor like a puppet with its strings cut. Suddenly, and yet gently. He crumpled, falling into a sleep that no witch could call him back from. It was as filled with kindness as the sleep he had given Shannon and Kanon. She seems a little bit pissed off, but not pissed off enough to also mess with Ronove. Hey, at least he got to die super peacefully. Maybe I should have stopped playing here last time. Anyway. What was that, Ronove?
調子抜けでつまらぬぞ。
What a boring anticlimax.
お嬢様は偉大なる大魔女ではございませんか。
Are you not a mighty great witch, milady?
この程度、気に留めるほどにもございませんよ。
What happened here is hardly worthy of your concern.
シャノンごときの挑発で頭に血を上らせるなどらしくもない。
It isn't like you to let the provocation of someone like Shannon get to you. I don't know, I would say it's pretty in character. What was it that had Beatrice so irritated? Was she still unable to remove the thorn of Shannon's words? Ronove laughed lightly, as though lamenting the complexity of humanity and a woman's heart, and ordered the seven sisters to go. After all, there were still 2 sacrifices left for the first twilight. The 7 sisters disappeared in ecstasy. My god, the chapter really did end here. That's really funny. There was not much left to read. Not much time passed either. As usual, yep. It happens. Goda was doing the nighttime rounds. Rokenjima had always been empty except for the Ushiromiya family household. So, checking that the doors and windows were all closed had no real purpose. However, ever since the time Natsuhi had condemned such an attitude as being careless, the nighttime rounds had become part of the servants' daily routine. In the first place, Natsuhi had ordered this because of the occasional witch disturbances. Hindsight is 2020. I guess so. No. Everyone who came and left this island knew about the legend of Beatrice, the Witch of the Forest. It had become established as this island's characteristic ghost story. Because of that, it was only natural that some people would claim that when they thought they were alone in the mansion. They would hear a strange sound or see the shadow of a person. However, when that created a little too much of a disturbance and reached Natsuhi's ears, she made a fuss thinking that some suspicious person might have been entering and leaving. Apparently, she had roused all the servants and had them check throughout the mansion. Because of all that panic over the witch had happened before Goda's arrival, he had only heard about it from the more senior servants. Ghost stories like that could be found in any workplace. Even at the hotels and restaurants Goda had worked at, there had been plenty of them. So when he heard about that story on this island, he'd given a forced smile, thinking, so they have that kind of thing here after all. That forced smile aside, he had figured that when in Rome, do as the Romans do, and had taken it seriously. Goda went along with it on the outside, but in his heart, he'd assumed it to be a childish trick. At first, that is.
これは確かに不気味ですね。
2 sacrifices remain and Goda shows up next. Surely nothing will happen to him. He's fine. All the other servants may be dead. Well, not all of them. Kumasawa is still alive, but, you know, they'll be fine. Probably. Hello, Jer. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. This certainly is eerie.
なるほど。 過去の使用人たちがいろいろと騒ぎたくなる気持ちもわかるものです。
Yes, I can see why it was so easy for past servants to get into a panic. You could understand how someone doing the rounds on an eerie night like this might believe they'd seen a ghost if they saw a lace curtain waving in the breeze from a window that hadn't been closed.
肖像画の魔女をバカにするとたたりがあるか。
So, if you make fun of the witch of the portrait, there's a curse.
大怪我をして辞めた使用人もいるらしいし。
It seems there was even a servant who received a serious injury and quit.
怪我は勘弁だな。
Well, I wouldn't want that.
俺もこの年だ。
Think of my age.
二度とこんな厚遇の職場には恵まれねえだろうよ。
I probably wouldn't be granted a workplace this hospitable again.
ああ、肖像画の魔女様。
Witch of the portrait.
真面目に働きますんで、一つ穏便に頼みます。
I'm working sincerely, so please give me some peace. Goda prayed to the portrait, his hands together as though he was at a Shinto shrine. Okay. At that time, he thought he heard a sound. The kitchen? Was that the sound of something metal falling on the floor? Maybe a mouse or a cockroach had come out and knocked over some of the dishes. No, how could that be? It was usually cleaned thoroughly. Thinking he'd check out what that noise really had been, Goda entered the kitchen. He turned on the kitchen light. When he did, he heard a strange sound. Clank, 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 clank. To a cook like Goda, the sound felt like the lid on a pressure cooker or something shaking. Surely there wouldn't be a pot on the burner when no one was in the kitchen. Even if someone was using the gas, walking away from it would be quite dangerous. Just in case, Goda decided to inspect the area around the gas range. Oh my god, I'm so scared for him.
何ですか？これは。
What is this? When he did, in the corner with the gas range, the pressure cooker really had been set out just as he'd thought. But the flame wasn't on, and yet the lid was clanking. Was something fermenting and leaking gas? How could that be? Then, was there a mouse or something inside? How could there be? Ridiculous. When people were watching, Goda acted as though he had a bold personality fitting for his build, but he actually had an unexpectedly timid side to him. I don't know, he went kind of crazy in episode 2. He was frightened that there might be something inside, and he couldn't bring himself to check it carelessly. In his cowardice, he grabbed a nearby wooden pestle, and with a clunk, he tapped it a little forcefully against the side of the pressure cooker. When he did, the clanking sound suddenly stopped. He should have been relieved that it had stopped, but the fact that it had stopped when he'd hit it was even more eerie and made him even more suspicious about what was inside.
この世に怪奇現象なんて存在しませんとも。
Mysterious phenomena do not exist in this world.
そんな魔女も魔法もそんなもの存在するわけがない。
Yes, witches and magic, things like that couldn't possibly exist.
すべての現象は科学的に説明できるんです。
All phenomena can be explained with science.
お化けも魔女もいてたまるもんですか。
As if monsters and witches could exist. He repeated that many times, trying to build up his own confidence. The gap between what he was saying and what he was doing was quite comical.
何が魔女だ。何が魔法だ。たたりだ。
Who would believe in a witch? Who would believe in magic or curses?
そら。
Come on.
正体を見せてみろ。
Show me what you really are.
そら。
Take that. He removed the lid of the pressure cooker, and lying exposed there was the sparkling clean silver bottom of the pot. There was absolutely nothing frightening like he'd imagined. I don't know, it moving on its own is kind of scary. Hello Rachel, I'm sorry. I don't currently have my Discord link readily available. Oh, my mouse died. My mouse has been doing freaky things. I keep saying it, but I think I need to actually switch it out. Ah, hello Rise. Thank you for the 100 stream streak. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to put the lid back on my mouse. Ugh. Oh, it's back. Hello, Chiharu. How's Umineko going? It's going pretty well, I would say. Well, you know, people are dying left and right, but that's okay. Aside from that, I think it's good. We're learning so much. I was actually thinking that since in episode 1 and 2, we had people constantly suspect the servants, them dying might not be a bad thing because they will have to suspect each other at that point, no? Would be kind of interesting to see that perspective because it always fell on the servants in the end.
そりゃ当然です。
But yeah, right now we have some spooky pressure cookers that are moving on their own. Unexpectedly. It's only natural.
中に何もいるわけがない。
There's no way there could have been anything inside. By now, Gura realized that he had been a coward. So while he still had some doubts as to what had caused the lid to make that sound, he figured it wasn't a big problem and decided not to worry about it too much. Then he took the lid he'd grabbed and softly set it back down where it had been. It's fine, it won't make a sound. Of course it won't. As if witches or magic could exist. Clank. Clank, 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 clank. Huh? Clank, 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 clank. A lot of clanking. Clank, 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 clank. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be okay. I think people dying is bad. Depends. Hello, Pita. It's going good. Hope you're doing good today. Also, hello, Derek. Welcome in. All of the pots and dishes in the kitchen started clanking at once. It grew even stronger so that finally the lid on one of the pots fell off. And from inside that pot, a slender white arm reached out. Wait, what? Lids fell off the other pots, one after another, and another, and another.
魔女なんかいるもんか。
As if witches could exist.
信じるもんか。
As if I'd believe it. When the number of arms grew to 7, a loud, shrill laughter split the air. Oh, the 7 sisters? Oh, yeah? What a letdown.
これほどの美味しいお料理を作れる人がこんな小物なんて本当にがっかり。
Too bad that someone who can make such delicious food is such a lightweight.
あんたいらないんなら私がもらうわ。
If you don't want him, I'll take him. He's all mine.
ちょっとダメだってば。
Wait, I said no.
私がもらうんだから。
I'll take him. Oh no. Poor Koda. Thank you for the hydrate. Come on, that's just mean. This poor guy doesn't even have a way to defend himself. He's not like the other servants that can just, I don't know, do some wacky things and survive this. He just dies. He's just a guy. He got cooked. I'm gonna go clank some pots and pans myself shortly. I really do hope some ass Nechans don't appear in my kitchen. I don't know, it could be a good thing. But hope the cooking goes well. Poor guy doesn't get to just die normally, yeah. Hello, Lark, welcome in. Here for dinner. Sit down, enjoy. The steak kill sound effect will never not be funny. I actually really like it. It's unsettling and cool at the same time. I don't know, there's something about it. Come on, let's search. There's only one more. That old hag. Oh my god, they really are killing all the servants. Where is she? She isn't in the mansion. What about the guest house? First one wins, right? Come on, search, search, find her, find her. Don't be noticed by the relatives in the dining hall, right? And don't get noticed by the kids in the guest house, right? Search in silence, kill in silence. After all, it's still just the first twilight. She isn't in the guest house, but she wasn't in the mansion either, right? Huh. Hey, I found her, I found her. She's in the rose garden. Why is she standing around here without an umbrella? She's already given up. All mine, all mine, all mine. You blockheads can just sit there and watch. I told you, no, this one's mine. Come on, if we take any longer, we'll be scolded by Beatrice-sama. Let's take care of it all at once. How are they gonna bounce off the walls if there's no walls around them, though? There! Found her! Surround her! Come on, let's get along and do it all at once, okay? Die! What? Oh my god, she's sick with it! What the hell? I thought she was just gonna die like Goda. Oh my god, she lifts up the apron and there's a huge one-winged eagle. Was it an eagle? Yeah, I think so. I got to watch this bit twice today. It's all the mackerels she's been eating. Yeah, that's it. Gotta eat your mackerels, guys. And the witch can't kill you if you do. Huh? What? What is this? What naughty girls. You wouldn't happen to be friends of that child, would you? Child? Just what is this? This old hag. There's got to be some mistake. One more time. Wow. She's kind of epic. Hello, Trace. Welcome in. She is really badass. Crazy how it cuts through the rain. Yeah. I wonder if she was standing there in the rain without an umbrella because she can just slice the rain away or something. Why can she defend against us? Move aside. One more time. No matter how often you try, it won't work. This person is good. I'm waiting for that child. Would you mind calling for her? Do you really expect us to run errands for you like that? There's no need. After all, even I have manifested by now. I was certain that you had awakened. Ronove, it's been a long time. Yes, truly a long time. This person's talking to Ronove-sama without using sama. Oh my god, console moon jump scare. Hello, nobody knows. Thank you for the 30 bits, big emote. Thank you. I'm lurking. Okay, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. The rain has And it's been a long time since I've seen you
ベ
too.
アトリーチェ。
こいつベアトリーチェ様までも呼びつけに。
She's not even using sama for Beatrice-sama.
よい。そのお方をどなたと心得るか。
Enough. Don't you know who this is?
ベアトリーチェとは、そもそもそのお方の名。
The name Beatrice itself is hers. No way.
わらわはそれを受け継いだに
No
過ぎる
way. This is the woman from the beginning. No way. No way Kumasawa is that. I only inherited it from her.
そのお方こそは
This is my
我ら
teacher.
先代ベアトリーチェ教だ。
The previous lady Beatrice. What? Episode 3 is a trip. Yeah, what is happening? 40 minutes in and my head is already hurting. It's crazy that it's already been 40 minutes. It feels like 10. I've been watching your VODs. I appreciate your work and stream. Thank you. I run to work. Thank you. That's so nice of you to say. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good day at work.
先代
The previous
ベアトリーチェ教。
Lady Beatrice. Gold butterflies appeared in ones and twos from the garden of roses and began to gather around Kumasawa. Then, after she was wrapped in a golden sparkle, she burst and disappeared, and Kumasawa's form was no longer there. Oh wow, that's so cool. Oh wow! Huh? Instead, there was another golden witch, the one who once taught the path of an endless witch to Beatrice, and the only person Beatrice ever called teacher. Her hair was long, beautiful, and vividly youthful, and her figure in that elegant dress couldn't possibly have been mistaken for an old lady. No, this looked like a completely different person from Kumasawa. Yeah, you don't
こ
say.
れはお師匠様。
She's awesome. That's actually kind of crazy. Hello, Grok. Welcome in.
再びお会いできる日が訪れるとは夢にも思いませんでした。
Well, well, teacher. I never even dreamed that we would meet each other again.
ええ、私もですよ。
What? Even the voice and everything? What is going on? I don't have any theories for this. I'm just along for the ride. Yes, neither did I.
よもやまた眠りを妨げられるとは夢にも思いませんでした。
I certainly never dreamed that my sleep would be disturbed.
まったく厄介なところでお目覚めになられる。
Such a troublesome time for you to awaken.
いつもの通りお休みであられたなら、第一の晩を何も手こずることなく終えられるのに。
If you'd remained asleep as usual, the first twilight could have ended without much trouble.
いや、むしろ歓迎すべきですかな。
Or perhaps I should be glad you're here.
少々退屈しておりましたところで。
I was just getting a tad bored.
相変わらず悪趣味な遊びで罪もない人々をもてあそんでいるようですね。
As usual, it seems you're toying with sinless people in a vulgar game.
無限の魔女の力は決して人に迷惑をかけることに使ってはならないと何度も教えたはずですよ。
I believe I taught you several times that the power of the endless witch mustn't be used to cause people trouble.
そう言うなよ、お師匠様。
This is a good soundtrack. I mean, technically, they weren't wrong. I'm wondering if Kumasawa is Beato, or well, the Beatrice, the white-haired one, or if like her soul is in Kumasawa's body or something. I don't know if I'm to take it literally. I've begun to stop thinking. We can't do that, even if we're really confused. We have to keep thinking somehow. That's Beatrice appearing by magic. Can only accept it. No. No. It's her fursona. Maybe Kumasawa is just really into maid cosplay. Or maybe the witch Beatrice, the old one, is just really into being an old lady maid.
退屈は私たちの天敵じゃありませんか。
Don't say that, teacher. Isn't boredom our natural enemy?
それから逃れるためのちょっとしたスパイスに過ぎませんよ。
This is just a little spice to escape from that.
侵食が進めば進むほどにわらわの力は強くなり、わらわの眷属は呼び出しやすくなる。
The more the corrosion advances, the stronger my power becomes, and the easier it becomes to summon my minions. Corrosion?
しかし、それは同時にお師匠様の封印を解くことにもつながったとはな。
And who would have thought it would release the seal on you, teacher, at the same time?
それを予見していたからこそ、
It's precisely because I predicted such a thing would happen.
私はこうしてあなたのすぐ近くで眠りについたのですよ。
That I slept so very close to where you were.
願わくば二度と起こされぬことを夢見ながら、
Though I prayed in my sleep that I would not be woken again.
こうしてあなたと再会してしまったのは私にとってはとても悲しいことです。
Being reunited with you like this is a very sad thing for me.
相変わらずお師匠様は食えないな。
You're as cunning as always, teacher.
炉の上、家具の子たちを下げなさい。
Donove, have that young furniture step back.
家具は主に仕えるだけです。
Furniture only serves its master.
すべての罪は主が背負います。
The master is responsible for all of her crimes.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
マダム・ベアトリーチェ。
Madame Beatrice.
その名はもうその子に譲りました。
I have already passed that name on to this child.
さあ、下がりなさい。
Come now, step back.
家具の娘たち。
Furniture
私は
girls.
一度聞かぬとしても二度言います。
I may give warnings a second time if you did not listen to the
し
first.
かし、三度目は口にしませんよ。
However, do not expect to receive a third.
下がりなさい。煉獄の七姉妹。
Make some insane bullshit up if you can't think. I feel like that's the way to go with this game, no? Like my good Winnie the Pooh would say, think, think, think. Is that what he says? I haven't seen anything of Winnie the Pooh in a long time. And even then, I don't even remember anything. Hello, not them bow. Yeah, it's the yellow minions. Maybe we should circle back to eating small bombs. Eating small bombs? Step back, Seven Sisters of Purgatory.
巻き添いになれば塵と化しますよ。
If you get dragged into this, only dust will remain.
下がれ、みんな。
Back, everyone. Donove and the Seven Sisters of Purgatory retreated. After that, what remained was the Beatrice whose daring expression didn't falter, and the teacher Beatrice who had given up that name and wore a composed smile.
さーて、
Well then,
お師匠様。
teacher,
久しぶりの再会にはどんなお茶のご用意が良いかな。
what tea shall I prepare for our long-awaited reunion?
そうですね。
Let's see.
ほうき星の訪れよりも久しい再会です。
This reunion was longer in coming than the visit of a comet.
もてなしてもらいましょうか。
Perhaps I will accept your hospitality.
粗相があるようならば、我が名と無限の魔女の称号
And if it seems a mistake has been made,
返してもらいますよ。
I'll have you return my name and the title of Endless Witch.
無限の魔女にも免許更新制度があったとはな。
So even the title of Endless Witch has a license renewal policy.
仰せのままに、お師匠様。
As you wish, teacher.
あなたの弟子がどれほど立派になったか。
See how splendid your disciple has become.
そしてとっくの昔にどれほどあなたを凌駕したか、とくとご覧に入れましょう。
And see how far she surpassed you so long ago. What even is going on anymore? Hello, Tampura. Welcome in. Yeah, there's some wacky stuff going on. Yep, not even the title. Endless Witch, nothing. The air between the two Beatrices seemed to explode with sparks. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh my god! Look at how poofy her dress is! Damn! I knew that it was quite poofy, but that is humongous. That's a whole tent. I could live in there. Also, this dress is beautiful. I would like to see her... Did I get to see her console sprite? I don't know if someone sent it in the Discord at some point, but damn, her outfit is so pretty. I feel like Ryukishi really cooked with the designs. They look so good. All of them. Except for, you know, Joji's date outfit. That one, I don't know about that one. It's a pretty tent. The air between the two Beatrices seemed to explode with sparks. Just by glaring at each other, they purged all spirits from that space. As they watched, the seven sisters shivered. After all, if they had retreated just three steps less than they had, they would already have been turned to dust by now.
さあ、いらっしゃい。ベアトリーチェ。あなたにその名を譲ったことが私の生涯でただ一度の後悔です。
So come, Beatrice. Surrendering my name to you is the only regret I have in life.
その過ちを今自らの手で修正しましょう。
I will now correct that error by my own hands.
そりゃあ違うぜ、お師匠様。
You've got it wrong, teacher.
わらわのただ一度の過ちは
My only error
この程度の力を学ぶのにあんたに弟子入りしちまったことだぜ。
was becoming your disciple in the hopes of gaining such a puny level of power. Get it?
な
What are you calling magic?
何が無限の魔女だ。
What are you calling the Endless Witch?
こんなの気づくだけの力じゃねえかよ。
All you've got is a power that can be gained just by noticing, right?
それをもったいぶって偉そうによ。
And you act as though that's so great and impressive. Just by noticing.
お前の出番はとっくに終わってんだよ、お師匠様よ。
Your turn's long over, teacher. Damn, I love her voice when she growls like that. Oh, wow. That's kind of crazy. What is happening? Then the music is going insane too. That's so awesome. I don't know why. This reminds me of Toho for some reason. Put her sprites in the Discord, by the way. Let me see. Oh my god, she's so beautiful. I actually love that design so much. It's gorgeous. That dress is just perfect. Beautiful. explain that, Batara. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Kuma-sama turned into a beautiful young lady. What now? Okay, there's gonna be an ad break in like a minute, so let's give Batara some more thinking time, okay? Let's leave him here for a few more minutes. I'll be back in 3. Alright, welcome back to the banger. The song is Fake Red Shoes, by the way. Interesting soundtrack name. Okay, Batara, let's go. Let's hear it. I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. Me too. What in the world is happening right in front of my eyes? Shaking your hand, Batara. I don't know either, man. Oh, what? You poor thing. It seems my disciple is causing you trouble. I apologize. Who the heck are you? Why did old Kumasawa turn into a Nei-chan like this? I mean, seriously, who are you? I don't get it. What kind of special effects are these? My head feels like it's gonna explode. I'm the witch teacher of that child. My old name was Beatrice. When that child succeeded me, I gave up that name, so I have no name of my own. Like you've already said, your disciple's been a real pain to me. Please, take responsibility and do something. No, wait. I don't believe in stuff like this. As if witches and magic could exist. I won't accept this messed up battle. Damn it, what should I believe? You gotta stick to your principles, Batara. Never stop believing you're right. Never stop believing everyone else is wrong. This is kind of a crazy chapter. It's good though. Show some respect to your elders. That's just like you. Hospitality with a very quick temper. I'd expect nothing less from you, teacher. It seems this is so trivial to you, you don't even feel like opening your eyes. But I doubt you'll be able to win unless you're prepared to wreck this whole island, see? Come, rise. Shoulder war towers. What am I... What? What? In response to Beatrice's summons, a terrific earth tremor split the rose garden. And on either side of her shoulders, 2 massive war towers sprouted and stabbed into the heavens. They stretched up to 100... Merit? What? Tall, and each had over 360 ports. What is Merit? Merit? I don't know what that... What? Little Kenjima towers. No. Natsuhi head hurts gift. That's what I'm thinking. Don't think it. Don't say it. Don't say it, or you'll go to prison. The red towers look like a screaming face. I can see it, yeah. They look like gyroids, the windows or something. Or ports? I don't know what they mean by ports either now that I think about it. Okay. They were war towers of the gods' army corps, which had prevented even groups of ancient heroes from invading their sacred grounds. As Beatrice elegantly floated in the gap between the massive two-headed towers, she looked down on her teacher, sneering with a sense of absolute superiority. With two massive towers lined up behind her shoulders, the witch looked very small, like a butterfly dancing between huge trees. Don't think you can dodge it by turning into butterflies, okay? The density of the Twin Towers' barrage wouldn't just make you a pinned bug sample, it'd make you a madly stabbed pincushion, right? Over 720 ports open on the towers, and godly soldiers readied their multi-shot ballistas. Huh? Is that the end of your turn? Huh, famous last words. Blast away! I don't even know. What is happening? My ears, my eyes. The ballista shots that numbered over 1,000 were all fired at once, drawing a beautiful geometric curtain of death. This soundtrack is so banging. The boorish sound as the bowstrings were played was probably even deeper than that of a reaper swinging its sickle. Come. Arise, fallen tower. Split the single language and let that sin be known. What in the world? The sky was stained an incandescent red, and from between the clouds a blazing massive tower fell upside down. That massive falling tower and its rubble sucked in the thousands of ballista shots so that not one of them approached the body of the witch who had summoned it. That's right, no group of people, no matter how large, could approach the mysteries of heaven. That was the reality of the fallen tower. I'm so confused about the towers. What are these? Why are they here? Are these like actual things? What is happening? Is this like a... Oh yeah, okay, it's a Bible thing. Alright then. Sure, okay. This happens, I guess. As I'd expect from you, teacher. If you do something, you always do it big. Yeah. My turn isn't over. Come, arise, sons of Ivaldi. Bestow upon me a worthy spear. What did that say? I couldn't read that. I'm sorry. Something mate? I don't know. You don't remember the Golden Witch Beatrice from Sunday school? Yeah. I don't think. Don't think that came up. Guess we need that Bible course after all. Calling my old church now and I'm going, hey, I'm sorry I kicked you to the curb. Can you take me back? I need to learn about the Golden Witch Beatrice and the crazy 3 towers mentioned in the Bible. The story is that humanity tried to build a big tower to heaven and God got mad about it, so he blew it up and made them all speak different languages so they couldn't do it again. It's kind of fucked up. God is kind of mean. They just wanted to pay him a visit and he was like, no, fuck you. God kind of sucks. Smothered mate, I see. Okay. As the massive crimson tower that had fallen made a terrible gold-colored explosion, a massive spear appeared from inside those flames so tall, like a tower, that you had to look up to see all of it. It was too large even for a giant's hand. That divinely beautiful spear of the gods was so massive, it gave the illusion that the fallen tower had turned into a spear of the same size. It was a spear of certain victory that none could escape. Looks like your twin towers won't help you now. How foolish, to block off your means of escape on both sides. You can't defend against even a single spear. When she snapped her fingers in command, the massive tower-sized spear shot at Beatrice like a lightning bolt. It aimed right for the middle of the center of the Golden Witch's heart with extreme precision, as she danced in the gap between the towers like a butterfly. Slicing straight through the air like a flash of lightning. I can't even hear myself speak over the extremely loud soundtrack. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit for me. We're not very God-friendly here. No-oh. No-oh. Hell no. Old Testament God was such a hater for real. Actually funny as fuck. Gotta read it for the entertainment. It's kind of... I don't know. Ah! I did not mean to... That was a cute laugh. Oh my mouse, please. Let me go up. I'm scrolling up. The mentioning of twin towers and like a spear that kind of looks like a plane. I don't know. Ryukishi, what were you trying to do here? So you use Gungunir. She said it. I don't know. At a moment like this, you really are incredible, teacher. Burst useless towers. Arise, giant soldier battle line. Fully block that divine spear with your shields and chests. The shoulder war towers exploded in gold. They became several billion gold butterflies. Those butterflies took the shape of 7 massive armored soldiers. Each stretched a full 50 marute into the sky. And they lined up in front of Beatrice, protecting their master and holding massive shields that towered like windmills. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? That's kind of cool. This is so awesome. I don't know what's happening, but damn, those are really cool. And they have the one-winged eagle on them too, no? At least here, there's one. These kind of look similar-ish. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. This is pretty cool, though. Yeah, this is awesome. Like, this sprite is... this CG is really, really good. Yeah, where is Batora? What's he saying on this? What's he saying on, like, massive giants spawning in and doing stuff like this? They were as massive as a mountain range. The witch behind them was like a small moon hiding behind the mountains. Once in the past, when the massive shields these giants held had been readied by the whole regiment, They had protected King Wilhelm's castle not only from arrows, but from the wind and the rain. For when they had faced upwards and held their shields to the heavens, not a single raindrop had gotten through. Who's this guy now? Oh, sorry, where? King Wilhelm. Wilhelm. Who? It makes more and more sense how and why Umineko got a fighting game. I mean, Higurashi also had one. I think Ryugishi just kind of likes the genre.
愚かな
7 stakes, 7 soldiers. She loves 7. 7th expansion. Yeah, it all makes sense.
神聖への敬いを忘れた魔女の哀れなことです
Foolish. The shame of a witch who has forgotten to respect things sacred.
神の槍を巨人ごときで防げるとお思いですか
Did you think mere giants could defend against the spear of the gods?
道理ですね。
Indeed.
人間の金属でいくら武装しようとも神の槍は防げません。
No matter how much human metal you're armed with, you cannot block a spear of the gods.
マダムの見事なエポレットメイトです。
A wonderful epaulet mate by Madam. Sure. I don't know what that means. No, wait. Beatrice-sama?
もちろん忘れませんともお師匠様
Of course I haven't forgotten, teacher.
さあさあおいでなさいヘファイストスと弟子たち
Come, arise, disciples of Hephaestus. I don't know anymore.
盾を与えたまえ
Bestow upon me a worthy shield. What is happening? A golden whirlwind arose at the feet of the giant soldiers. It was a cloud of countless butterflies. They attached themselves to the massive shields like a gold leaf sparkling like they were a gold mirror. It was the absolute defensive wall given to a goddess by the chief of the gods. The Aegis shield. I don't know how to say that. And the holy spear, which left a dignified tail behind it like a comet, crashed into the mountain range of that gold shield. There was a terrible thunderous roar. It was the creaking of the pillars that held up to the heavens. Suddenly this is insane. It's really cool. Higurashi has an arena shooter. True, it's kind of different. Every religion getting in, yeah. Amulet mate is when the king is trapped by its own pieces on its rank and the mate is delivered along the file. So like Beatrice is pinned in by her towers, I guess. Okay. Also, that's a chess move. I see. Aegis. Aegis is also correct. Okay. The divine spear spun around and around and was sent flying in the direction of the setting sun.
ありえない真相を防いだ
Impossible. She defended against the divine spear. The Potsdam Giants was the name given to Prussian Infantry Regiment No. 6. The regiment was composed of taller than average soldiers and was founded in 1675. It was eventually dissolved in 1806 after the Prussians were defeated by Napoleon throughout the reign of the Prussian king Friedrich Wilhelm. Okay, that's actually the Wilhelm that I thought of. So, good. Good. That's the first one that always comes to my mind. Impossible. She defended against the divine spear.
いいえ、違います。
No, that is not correct.
神なる槍が避けたんです。
The divine spear avoided her.
絶対の槍と絶対の盾は争ってはいけないのが雷の掟。
It is the law of the gods that an absolute spear and an absolute shield must never fight one another.
それはつまり防いだのと同じことですがね。
Although, in the end, it means the same thing as defending against it.
このような荒事ばかり腕を上げましたね
Your skills have improved from engaging in these fights so often.
むしろお師匠様は こういうお遊びが相変わらず苦手なようで。
Or rather, it seems you're still as bad as ever at this kind of game, teacher.
わらわからのお返しだ。
It's my turn to strike back.
当店にのっとり、槍には槍でお返ししましょうぞ。
I shall follow the code and counter spear with a spear. I wonder what the Ushiromiya family thinks of all this, you know? Surely they can see this from like outside the window, no? Fukishi references something Spooky understands. Yeah! That's something that was actually covered in my history lessons. Where I actually paid attention. Let's go. Actually... Are they trying to blackmail each other or whatever? There's no way they can't see this, right? Like, things are being summoned from the sky. The sky is changing color. There's giants roaming Rokenjima right now. Hello? Is anyone here? Maria's rose was destroyed in a witch battle. We have the answer now. Yep. One of the giants stepped on it. I'm sorry. The giant soldier battle line, which had fully blocked the divine spear, released its holy gold shields. The shields fell to the earth, making the ground shake. The whole ground is shaking too, like hello? Anyone feeling anything? When they did, another gold whirlwind arose, and the 7 gold shields changed their forms into 7 massive spears of lightning lying on the ground. At once, each of the giants lifted one of their legs high and firmly stomped on the tips of the handles. As the earth shook with a thunderous roar, the 7 lightning spears spun beautifully and flew up above the giant soldiers' heads. They scattered into a golden splash and began to fall before the giants. Each of the giants squared off, and with the force of their whole body, they kicked and smashed them. The broken pieces numbered exactly 30 and became lightning spears of exactly the same size as the originals, which made 210 for the 7 giants, and all of those burst at once, with each splitting into 30 thorns for a total of 6,300. They became a barrage of thunderclouds drawing a beautiful geometric pattern, and then each changed into 3 bolts of lightning, so that 18,900 thunderbolts shot at the predecessor Beatrice. And they're going all out. This is so extra. Crazy weather we're having. Damn, the thunder is making the sky light up in crazy colors. There's even an earthquake and everything. Yeah. Not just snoring really loud, huh? Damn, old man. Gotta get that checked out. Gotta get a, what's it called? CPAP machine? I don't know. It's over.
さすがやりますね。
I would expect nothing less.
まだ
Come, madam. That bundle of almost 20,000 thunderbolts must have reduced the teacher's body to dust. But there had been no resistance. Beatrice knew immediately that she had been fooled. At that time, from the direction that the sun had supposedly set, she felt the impossible rays of sunlight. A brilliant ray of light shone on her profile. It was the figure of her teacher, holding aloft the spear of the gods that had supposedly been repelled a short while ago. She bore a sparkle like the sun on her back and made it shine on the incarnation of darkness. As Beatrice watched, she was trapped like a mouse in a cage, cornered in a dead end formed by the giant soldier battle line. By now, the predecessor, Beatrice, had seized a position directly alongside that line.
これでお遊戯の時間はおしまいですよ、ベアトリーチェ。
Playtime is over, Beatrice.
このわらわが
Have I
革命を許しただと。
exposed my flank? Her bold expression hadn't faltered even once, but now it twisted for the first time. And faster than Beatrice could click her tongue, the predecessor Beatrice released the holy spear. As it leapt through the air, it changed its form once more.
さあさあおいでなさいドベルグの兄弟たち
Come, arise, the Burger brothers. I don't know anymore.
我に巨人を砕きし天の鉄槌を与えたまえ
Bestow upon me the giant smashing iron hammer of heaven.
巨人兵ども我らを守れ
Giant soldiers, protect me.
何をしているかノロマども
What are you doing, you blockheads? By now it was no longer a spear, but the whirlwind of a massive hammer that raised a sound like a windstorm as it flew through the air. It was the legendary hammer that had shaken even the king of the frost giants. So the giant soldiers couldn't escape from that fear. So, regardless of how strongly their master ordered them, they couldn't get in the path of that hammer.
バックランクメイト
Back rank mate?
安らかに眠りなさい
Rest in peace.
しょー
Damn it! This is one intense game of chess. That is a one intense game of chess. That's kind of crazy. Batara losing his shit watching all this from the other dimension. Like, I'm losing my shit. In my mind, I'm like, what? Burger brothers. Yeah, it kind of sounded like that coming from my mouth. A mate along the back rank. This is what Magnus sees while playing. Magnus? Magnus who? Was Queen's Gambit this hype? Not from what I can remember. Before the whirlwind of that massive chunk of metal, Beatrice was nothing more than a mere speck. The instant the whirlwind started to suck Beatrice in, she appeared to change into a massive war tower. Battle became a tower? The iron hammer smashed the war tower, scattering tremendous amounts of rubble. But it did not reach she who had escaped behind it. Furthermore, when the smoke started to settle, the war tower had sucked in the massive iron hammer without crumbling and blocked the way. Even the giant smashing iron hammer couldn't break through the final tower protecting the witch. However, this war tower was actually the witch's last trump card. It was a war tower for dodging that could only save her from danger once. But this tower was impregnable. No weapon could break through it. At that time, the moon disappeared. As Beatrice hid in the shadows of the giant soldier battle line and the war tower, she looked up at the sky. What in the fuck? A horse! Do you think this horse is also an Uma Musume? When she did inside the moon was the figure of a massive horse ridden by the god of war and death. The predecessor Beatrice rode the horse with him. That's kinda sick. His cloak had blocked the moon and swallowed it in an eerie shadow, and the spear of the gods was in his hand once more. In other words, it was a godly knight who had jumped over the ramparts formed by the giant soldiers and the war tower attacking from the heavens. You got me. Smothered me. It was fun, Beatrice. The struggle to the death between the two witches with the same name was over. The spear that had been launched from the heavens pierced the ground. The giant soldier battle line and the war tower split up into countless gold butterflies, wrapping the area in a gold-colored storm. Then came the sound of thunder and the sound of the falling rain and wind. If you looked around, the rose garden was empty. The butler and the rest were watching the two witches confronting each other, but Beatrice alone had changed. She had been pierced straight through the heart. Wait, sorry. Straight through by the spear from the base of her neck and her right shoulder to her left buttocks, not her heart. That's very different. That's kind of messed up. Unable to even reach the ground with her feet, horribly exposed like a pitiful pinned butterfly, tormented by the wind and rain.
ベアトリーチェ様
I'm happy there's no CG for that. What even happened, man? That was insane. Episode 3, and this is the power level we're doing. I don't even know anymore, man. Either there's some crazy hallucinatory drugs involved, or magic does exist. I'm sorry, Bataram. Maybe we do have to give up. Maybe this is just how it is.
さす
As expected.
が恐ろしいお方です。
A truly fearsome person.
これで決着です。
She looks so angry. That settles it.
ベアトリーチェ。
I should have taken that hit for her. Real. Yeah, I bet that hurts. Wow, she bleeds like a human. Beatrice wore a bitter smile of false courage, but a strand of blood dangled from her mouth, making her look even more
無
pitiful.
限の魔女の称号と力。
Title and power of the Endless Witch.
そしてベアトリーチェの名を今こそ返してもらいましょ
You will return them to me now, along with the name Beatrice.
う。無限の魔女を語るにはお前は未熟が過ぎます。
You are too immature to call yourself an Endless Witch.
やめて許しておくれよお師匠様ちょっとふざけたってわけじゃねえかよ
Stop. Forgive me, teacher. I was just fooling around, okay?
あなたから我が名を奪います。
She was just being a little silly. She was just having a good time. She's not dead. She still lives. I'll take my name back from you.
元の姿に戻してあげましょう。
I shall return you to your original form.
過ぎたる力を手放し、己にふさわしい生を全うするが良いでしょう。
Perhaps you should relinquish this power which is beyond you and live a life suitable for yourself.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさ
Come, try to remember.
い。あなたがどんな姿をしていたのか。
What form did you have? The predecessor Beatrice began to recite the words of power. When she did, small gold butterflies gathered near the skewered Beatrice and began to swarm about her. Oh boy. Like butterflies sucking the nectar out of flowers, they began to suck the magical power out of Beatrice, and it seemed to cause her intense pain. A cry of anguish issued from Beatrice's mouth. She no longer had any power to resist it.
さあさあ、目を閉じてごらんなさい。
Come, try closing your eyes.
思い出してごらんなさ
Try to remember.
い。あなたがどんな姿をしていたのか。
What form did you have?
さあ、ベアトリーチ
Come, Beatrice.
ェ。あなたも私と一緒に復唱なさ
Repeat it with
い。
me.
一緒にお歌を歌いましょう。
Let us sing a song together.
そうすれば、すぐに終わりますよ。
Then it'll be over soon.
あなたの苦痛が少しでも早く終わります。
Let us end your pain as fast as possible. Oh, she looks so pitiful. That's a new sprite, I think. New expression.
そうだな
You're right.
お師匠様と一緒にお歌を歌う
How long has it been
どれくらいぶりかな
since I've sung with you, teacher?
さあ、一緒に。
Come together now.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。
Come, try to remember.
あなたがどんな姿をしていたのか。
What form did you have?
さあさ 思い出してごらんなさい。
Oh, her voice is like changing a little bit. Come, try to remember.
あなたがどんな姿をしていたのか。
What form did you have? She sounded like the Beato that was, you know, in the hidden mansion. A little bit. When the two of them began to recite the same song, more and more gold butterflies danced around, swarming around Beatrice.
大丈夫ですよ、お嬢様。
It'll be alright, milady.
あなたは私の弟子であることを失いますが、
You will lose your place as my disciple.
私の仕えるお嬢様であることに変わりはありません。
But that will not change the fact that you are the lady I serve.
そうしたらまた一緒にご本を読んで差し上げましょう。
After that, I shall read a book for you again.
リンゴのパイを焼いて差し上げましょう。
I shall bake you apple pies once more,
昔のように。
just like it was long ago.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。
Come, try to remember.
思い出してごらんなさい。
Yes, try to remember.
そろそろ思い出せてきたか
Are you finally starting to remember?
な。なあ、お師匠様。
Hey, teacher.
あんたの後ろにあるそれ。
Did you remember?
思い出したかな。
That thing behind you. Of course, she has a little trick up her sleeve.
何ですか？
What is
これは。
this? When the predecessor Beatrice looked behind her, there was an eerie hedgehog curled up there. Sonic? No, it was herself. There was another predecessor Beatrice whose whole body had been packed with ballista shots, lying there like a pincushion doll.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。
Come, try to remember.
あなたがどんな姿をしていたの。
What form did you have?
違うか。
Or maybe that's not right.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。
Come, try to remember.
あなたがどうやって殺されたのか。
How were you killed? The predecessor Beatrice was stunned. Her form gradually began to fade away. I can't believe she's using her own tactics against her.
これは
This is...
いつの間に。
When did you...
最初に呼んだのは双剣の塔ではない。
At the beginning, I did not summon a pair of shoulder towers.
四つ子の塔だったのよ。
There were 4 towers.
お師匠様の左右はるかに潜んだ隠し塔が描くセブンスランクルークの死の境界線を。
Teacher, you carelessly stepped across the 7th rank rook boundary of death created by the 2 hidden towers,
お師匠様はのこのこと踏み越えてきてくれた。
which were lurking in the distance on either side of you. Is this some kind of chess thing I don't get? I was thinking you can't have 4 of those, right? That makes no sense. I'm confused. Quadruplet towers. Yep. All is good. All is good. Too into the game to notice. It's called cheating. I can have as many rooks as I want.
チェックの発生が遅れてしまったことだけはマナー違反。
It was bad manners of me to say check this late.
率直に謝ろうぞ。
I simply must apologize. Also, this is a new soundtrack. No, it's really good too. All of them are. There's not a single bad track here. Fast and loose. A rookie mistake. Can't be. She's the teacher. How could she? Extra 2 towers are a move in the fighting game. Oh. It's also illegal to not announce a check. Damn, she's just breaking all the rules. battle had been decided at the very beginning. It had only been over since the time the predecessor had leaned forward, readying her holy spear to attack Beatrice, who had been wedged between her shoulder towers. The hidden towers lurking on either side had bathed her in a windstorm of ballista shots from 720 ports on both sides, pinning and killing her. However, Beatrice hadn't wanted it to be resolved like that. She had wanted to let her teacher take her next move, and had continued acting as though the game was still on. She had immediately revived her with the endless power, and had made her continue the game as though nothing had happened. Then the predecessor slowly remembered that she had already been killed, and began to vanish completely. When she did, the spear that had pierced Beatrice also vanished. That's kind of messed up. I was thinking that this might be the first episode, the first game where she doesn't win because she can't keep killing people, and that we might learn more about everything, but never mind. Here she is, still alive. Ritual still going on. To do a castling move. I don't know. She's doing some messed up chess stuff. Yeah, that's too nerdy. Maybe I wouldn't say nerdy, but I'm really not at all familiar with chess. I don't even know what the individual like pieces are called because I vaguely know them in German, but very much not so in English. Hello, Marihan. Well, not me, but Beato killed another Beato. Lots of Beatos, and lots of dying and killing. Also, hello, Zazzle. Episodes 4 through 8 are just beach filler. It's just friend slop. She can never lose? I think she can lose. I think we can make her lose. There has to be a game that we beat her in. Beatrice finally landed on the ground. There wasn't even a trace of a scar.
楽しかったぞ。
It was fun.
お師匠様。
Teacher,
また遊びたくなったらいつでも蘇らせてやるよ。
if you want to play again, I'll revive you anytime.
それで適当に遊んだら死体だったことをまた思い出させてやるからさ。
And once we've had some fun, I'll make you remember that you're a corpse again.
なあ
See?
ちゃんとあんたの言いつけは守ってるぜ。
I did everything you told me to, right?
おもちゃは遊び終わったらちゃんとおもちゃ箱にしまいましょうってな。
Didn't you tell me to always put my toys back in their boxes when I'm done playing with them?
楽勝でございますかな。
Was it an easy victory?
愚か新章だ。
You fool, it was a tough one.
四つごとで騙せてなかったら死んでおったのはわらわの方よ。
If I hadn't tricked her with the 4 towers, I would have been the one dead.
さすがはお師匠様。
As I'd expect from teacher.
だがこれで胸が張れるというもの。
But now I can stand proud.
わらわは今こそお師匠様を完全に超えたとな。
Now I have completely surpassed teacher.
ロノウェ、お師匠様の亡きをもう少しマシにしておけ。
Ronove, clean up teacher's remains a bit.
わらわもそこまで敬意を失ってはおらぬでな。
I haven't lost my respect for her that much.
かしこまりました。今宵の第一の晩は少々派手に暴れすぎました。
Certainly, tonight's first twilight became a little too riocious.
少しは片付けも必要でしょ
A little cleanup will be necessary.
う。すぐに取り掛かります。
I shall see to it immediately.
ヤギたちよ、お片付けの時間ですよ。
Goats, it is time to clean up. When Ronove snapped his fingers, blazing, sparkling eyes began to blink open in the shadows and darkness, becoming goat-headed attendants that appeared one after another. One by one, they wordlessly stood at attention in a line behind Ronove's back.
この度は6人の遺体をどのようにいたしますか？
This time, what shall be done about the 6 corpses?
また密室形式に。
Another closed room pattern.
わらわは今それを考える気分に
I'm in no mood to think
ない。
now.
どの上に任す
I will leave it to you, Ronove.
バトラーを悩ませるようなとびっきりの密室を頼むぞ。
An extraordinary closed room to torment Batra, if you would. Can't leave him hanging after all. Gotta have some torture for Batra. You haven't gotten a summer festival arc yet? I guess Higurashi counts as the summer festival arc, true. You have it partially in there. Hello, Krungle, welcome in. Kumasawa's epic magic battle. It was definitely something.
それでは飛び切り
Something like that. Certainly. Then it shall be extraordinary.
それバトラーはどこだ？バトラー、わらわの大活躍見た？
Okay, where's Batara? Batara, did you see my big moment? I like how she comes back to him. She's like, yo, did you see that? She's so cute. She's so proud, right? Immediately starts bragging to her boyfriend.
今のめちゃくちゃな魔法の嵐を見せつけられて、俺は何を否定すればいいんだ。
Damn it, after being shown that screwed up magical storm, what can I deny?
魔女はいるも何も。
Forget just witches
あ
existing.
んなドッカンドッカン。
After being shown that tremendous flashy fantasy.
凄まじいファンタジーを見せつけられて、今の俺は何を否定すりゃいいんだよ。
What can I deny now?
もうわかんねえ。
I don't get it anymore.
前回もそうだが、このイーカス的なマジカルバトルをどう否定すりゃいいんだよ。
It was like that last time too. But how can I deny these awesome, wonderful, magical battles?
だよな。
Isn't that right?
こんなの見ちまったらもう言い逃れはできねえもんな。
After watching this, you can't talk your way out of it, right?
さあバトラー、とんでも推理を聞かせてくれよ。
Okay, Batara, let me hear some ridiculous reasoning. I love her little laugh. She's so evil. Did you like the bit where I died?
お嬢様、笑いに品がございませんよ。
Milady, your laugh is becoming undignified. I love how she says Batara sometimes. I adore it. It's awesome.
おお、これはすまぬ。
Oh my god. Her VA is so good. My god. She's so awesome.
しかしわらわの責任ではないぞ。
Oh, my apologies. But that isn't my fault.
何しろバトラーにキューッと両目を固く閉じてキリキリギリギリ歯ぎしりするなんとも悔しそうなその表情を見せられると。
After all, if Batara tightly closes his eyes, grinds his teeth, and shows me that ever so bitter expression,
自然とわらわの口からこぼれてしまうものでな。
it just automatically slips out of my mouth, you see.
さあ、バトラ様。
So, Batara-sama,
くじけずにテーブルへお戻りを。
why don't you return to the table without losing heart?
お嬢様はバトラ様の反撃を期待されておりますよ。
Milady is expecting your counterattack, you see.
ふざけるな。
Quit messing with me.
何をどう反論すりゃいいってんだ。
How the hell can I make a counter-argument?
まず、あの塔が地面から生えてきたあたりからもうめちゃくちゃだろうが。
In the first place, everything was already screwed up when that tower sprouted up out of the earth. For me, it started when Kumasawa suddenly turned into teacher Beatrice. Sayaka Ohara can do anything. Yeah, she's so awesome. She's so good.
実は六軒島の地下に合体変形巨大ロボの秘密研究所でもあって。
Should I say that under the ground in Rokkenjima there's a secret laboratory for building super alloy combining robots or something?
ボタン一つでおかしな塔が生えてくるってのか?
And that pushing a button can make these strange towers sprout up?
ああ、それならあのでけえ巨人どもはきっとロボットだぜ。
Right, and then those huge giants must be the robots.
あるいは悪の秘密結社のメカ怪獣かもな。
Or maybe an evil secret association's mecha monsters?
わけわかんねえよ。
I don't get it.
俺に話しかけるんじゃねえ。うわ
Don't talk to me.
ほらほらほらほら泣くなよ。
Look. Don't cry, okay?
魔法でドッカンドッカン。
Bang bang, it's magic.
そなたが望むの月だって砕くし水星を雨のようにだって降らすさ。
If you want, I'll crush the moon and make comets fall like rain.
お前好みのムチムチ姉ちゃんで島を埋め尽くしてやってもいいんだぜ。
I can even bury the whole island in those massive breasted nechans you like so much, see? Hold on, Beato. It's not the breasts that Batora likes, it's the asses. Don't get that mixed up.
さあさあ
Very important detail.
わらわの手番は終わったぜ。
Come on. Look. My turn's over, see?
受け手をさせよ。反撃しろよ。
Show me your response. Launch your counterattack.
できねえだろ。
You can't, can you?
できねえのは船長も承知よ。
Except that there's a quadrillion things you can't do.
お前こういうのダメだもんな。
You're useless against this, right?
こういうファンタジー本当は大好きなんだもんな。
You actually like this kind of fantasy, don't you? I like how she messes with him. I love his crackpot theories, yep. Batara is a breast sommelier, remember? But why does he always comment on the Seven Steak Sisters' asses? What? I was never breastfed as a child.
今時こんなの巷にいくらでも溢れてるじゃねえか。
I get it. That's been going around on the streets lately, hasn't it?
漫画に小説、アニメに映画。
And manga and light novels and anime and movies.
10代くらいのガキンチョたちがおかしな特殊能力いっぱい持ってて世界の命運かけてドッカンバッカンやるやつ。
Some teenage brats get a whole bunch of strange special abilities and they blow up all sorts of stuff with the fate of the world on the line.
お前も大好きだもんな。
You love that too, don't you?
知ってんだよ。隠すのよ。大好きじゃねえかよ。
I know, don't hide it. You love it, right?
そのお前の大好きなやつがちょいと目の前で披露されただけじゃねえかよ。
Hasn't the thing you love just been displayed before your very eyes?
どうして漫画やアニメのそれは信じてくれるのにわらわのだけ信じてくれねえんだよ。
Oh, she's so awesome. Why do you believe it in manga and anime, but you won't believe in me?
信じろよ信じろよ信じちまえよ。
Believe it.
反論なんかできねえさ。こうして見せられちまったんだからな。
You can't argue back, not after you've been shown something like this, right?
ほらほらほらほら返事をしろよ。
Look. Answer.
思考はいらねえ。素直にごめんなさいベアトリーチェ様って言えばいいんだよ。
You don't need to think. You can just obediently say, I'm sorry, Beatrice-sama.
ほらほら言ってみろ。ごめんなさいベアト トリッチェ様って言ってみろよ。言えよ恥ずかしがるなよ。
Look, try saying it. ごめんなさい、ベアトリーチェ様。Try saying it. Say it. Don't be embarrassed. I love her. Oh, she's so awesome. She's so cool. You love shonen slop, Batara. Yep. Sure do. Anime is real. Manga too. Light novels too. Everything is real. Everything made in Japan is real. She's electric on screen. She's so good. I think that look is what's used in the Parmesan. It could be. They all sound the same to me. All the hora. Anyway, there's gonna be an ad break, so this is perfect timing, actually. So I'll have to digest that. That was kind of crazy. I'll play the ad break now, and then I'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay. I was eating a few plantain chips, so I apologize if it sounds like I'm chewing. Oh, I'm not clicked into the game. Alright. There would have been no way to tell that morning had come without opening a window and looking up at the cloudy sky, which had become a tiny bit lighter. It wasn't a refreshing morning. All that could be heard was the sound of the rain, which hadn't stopped falling since last night, and the howl of the wind.
とても朝とは思えないわね。
Have they not noticed a single servant went missing? Or, sorry, not a single servant is to be seen. All of them are dead. Shouldn't they be preparing breakfast and, I don't know, cleaning around in the mansion? Preparing tea, stuff like that? It's hard to imagine that it's morning.
私たちの心をそのまま示したひどい天気よ。
This horrible weather speaks for our hearts.
なら随分穏やかじゃねえか。
Hey, it could be worse.
雨は降れど、槍が降らねえだけマシだぜ。
At least it's just rain and not spears falling from the sky. Hello, Rudolph? He saw what was going on. He saw last night. They're too rich for that. True. They were locked in that meeting room all night, right? It seems like they never went to sleep.
雨が降ろうと槍が降ろうとドンと来いっちゅうとこやな。
Whether it's rain or spears, it's coming down with a bang.
もう6時かいな。
Is it already 6?
はあ、これで十分とちゃうか。
Isn't this enough?
あとは謎の19人目ベアトリーチェが動いてこんことには手の打ちようもないわ。
After this, we've got no measures we can take till the mystery 19th person, Beatrice, makes her move.
そういうことだ。
True.
だが、向こうが撃ってくるだろうほとんどの手は想定できたはずだ。
I was trying to adjust my glasses and they just fell off my face. Hold on one moment. Oh. Okay. Better. Kiria survived the first twilight, by the way. True, she lives. True. However, I believe we have anticipated every trick they might use against us.
そうね。兄弟の中に裏切り者さえ現れなければ、私たちは大抵の事態に対応できるはずよ。
That's right. As long as a traitor doesn't appear among the siblings, we should be able to deal with most situations.
もうこの話は終わりにしましょう。
Haven't we talked about this enough?
結局徹夜しちゃったわね。
We've stayed up all night. I don't even know how they could do this. It's not that big of a deal, right? That money can't be that important. My Eito glasses are hopefully gonna be here today. Hell yeah. I hope you enjoy them. I'm so jealous. But I will live through you.
眠いわ。
I'm tired.
そうですね。
You're right.
朝食をとったら一度お休みになられてはいかがですか？
How about taking a little rest after eating breakfast?
良い提案だ。
A good plan.
この年に徹夜は答えるよ。
Staying up all night is trying our age. As they all stretched, they enjoyed this unrefreshing morning as best as they could.
顔でも洗ってこようぜ。
I'll go wash my face or something.
きっとひでえ辛さ。
I probably look horrible. I hope they opened a window because the air in that room must be awful.
何このひどい匂い。
What is that awful stench? As soon as they exited into the corridor, Kiria openly made a disgusted expression.
どうしましたか？
What is it?
ねえ、何かひどい匂いがしない？
Hey, don't you smell something awful?
ん？なんやこの匂いは。
What is this stench?
こらたまらんで。
I can't stand it. Is it Kinzo in the incinerator again? After hearing those complaints, everyone stuck their heads out into the corridor. The stench was faint, but once people started commenting on it, it was clearly noticeable. Each of them went into the corridor, relying on their own sense of smell to tell them where the strange odor was coming from.
一体何事でしょう？
What in the world could it be?
現時に対応させましょう。
Let us have Genji deal with it.
きっともう使用人室に来ていて、朝の準備をしているはずです。
I believe he should already have arrived in the servant room to begin the morning preparations.
頼む。
Indeed, please do.
まさかあのゴーダに限って
At the very least, it's difficult to
こ
imagine
んな匂いをさせる朝食を作っているとは思いがたいのだがね。
Goda making a breakfast that would cause such an odor. Don't they all have a pretty good alibi now? All the siblings were, well, and their spouses were in the, I don't know what room that is, in that room, and all the cousins were in the guest house, so technically, they should all have an alibi. How are they gonna, I mean, I guess Nanjo is still there. Where's Nanjo? They can only suspect him, right? Everyone else was together. Yeah, there's no more Genji. Rudolph and the others searched for the source of the smell and determined that it was coming from underground, from the boiler room. But the door was locked and they couldn't check inside. At the same time, when Natsuhi's group was on its way to search for someone in the servant room, they noticed something strange near the parlor.
何ですかこれは？
What is this?
ひどいいたずらだわ。
But what a horrible prank!
誰がこんなことを？
Who would do something like this? On the door to the parlor, drawn in a paint that looked like blood, was a strange thing that looked like a magic circle.
厨房にはまだ誰も来てないわ。
There's no one in the kitchen yet.
何よそれ？
What is that? Eva's group, who thought the smell might be coming from the kitchen, had returned after confirming that no one was there and that preparations for breakfast had not yet begun. Then they noticed the change to the parlor.
ダメだな。ボイラー室は鍵がかかってる。
It's useless. The boiler room's locked.
ボイラーの故障とかそういうのだとまずいんじゃないのか？
Wouldn't that be bad if something went wrong with the boiler?
使用人は誰かいたか？
Has anyone spotted a servant?
その悪趣味な落書き、ここにもあるの？
Is one of those vulgar scribbles here too?
ボイラー室の扉にもあったのよ。
There was another one on the door to the boiler room.
なんやって？
What's that?
この薄気味悪い落書きがここだけじゃなく他にもあるっちゅうんか。
This creepy scribble isn't just here, but it's in other places too?
まさか森の魔女ベアトリーチェの宣戦布告っちゅうわけやないやろな。
You don't think this is the Witch of the Forest Beatrice's declaration of war, do you? Hideyoshi tried to make fun of it, but staring at this creepy magic circle while listening to the wind and rain really made it seem like a message from a witch. The dripping bright red paint made one think of blood, which made it even creepier. Hideyoshi tried to open the door, but it had been locked. As a general rule, the parlor wasn't locked. Someone had gone out of their way to lock it.
これはどういうこと？
What does this mean?
私たちが食堂で話し合いをしている最中に誰かがこっそりとこの落書きを残したというの？
Could it be that, while we were talking in the dining hall, someone secretly left the scribble?
客間とボイラー室の扉に
On the doors to the parlor and the boiler room?
どうせ使用人の仕業よ。
I'm sure the servants are behind this.
私たちはずっと一緒だったのよ。
We were together the whole time.
全員にアリバイがある。
We all have alibis.
おそらくお父様に何かおかしな指示を受けてこんないたずらをしたのよ。
They probably received some strange order from father and pulled this prank.
昨日のマリアちゃんの手紙の件も含めて
And then they all killed each other, I suppose. I must sleep. Have a beautiful stream. Thank you so much, Blood. Thank you so much for stopping by. And have a good night. Rest well. And there's also the case yesterday with Maria-chan's letter.
使用人連中が親父の手先になって何かを企んでる可能性は十分疑えるから
It's really easy to suspect that the servants are acting on Dad's orders and planning something.
とにかくみんなどこにいやがるんだ
Anyway, where is everyone?
まさかかくれんぼってわけでもねえだろうに
They can't be playing hide and seek.
探そうぜ
Let's look for them.
それより私は子供たちが気になるわ。
Before that, I'm worried about the
無
children.
事よね。
They are safe, right?
私確かめてくるついでにゲストハウスに使用人の人がいないか見てくるわ。
I'll go and check. And while I'm there, I'll see if there aren't any servants there.
なら手分けだな
Then let's split up.
ゲストハウスにガキどもの様子を見に行く間俺たちは屋敷の中を調べてみよう
While you go to the guest house to see how the brats are doing, we'll investigate inside the mansion.
考えたくね
I don't want to think about
え
it.
こんな薄気味悪い落書きがここだけってことはねえかもしれね
But maybe these creepy magic circles aren't just in places we found them already.
え親父殿のおかしなゲームに巻き込まれているのかもしれんな
We might be wrapped up in some bizarre game of fathers.
私は親父殿のところへ行って事情を聞いてみよ
I'll go to him and hear the situation. Well, you'll have to go to the boiler room, I suppose.
うま素直に話を聞いてくれるとは思えんな
Though, I doubt he'll obediently listen to me. Worried about the children coming from her, of all people. The adults split up. As a result, they confirmed that the 4 children were safe in the so-called cousin's room on the 2nd floor of the guest house. They had apparently stayed up late last night playing. All of them were snoring loudly, so Rosa decided not to wake them. Furthermore, Nanjo, who had returned early the previous night to rest, was also safe. It seemed he believed in the phrase early to bed, early to rise, and had awoken refreshed. During that time, Kirie and Hideyoshi searched for the servants, but they didn't find them. The servant room in the guest house was also empty.
子供たちは無事よ。
The children are
み
safe.
んな夜更かしのしすぎね。
They all stayed up too late last night.
使用人室は空っぽや
The servant room is
勤
empty.
務表を見ても早番は6時からってことになっとる
I looked at the shift chart, and the morning shift begins at 6.
もうお勤めをしてなきゃならん頃や
They should have started working by now.
仮眠室も空っぽよ。
The nap room is also empty.
布団を抜け出した後はあるけど暖かくはなかったわ。
There were signs that a futon had been slept in, but it wasn't warm.
こらクラウス兄さんたちの想像が当たったんとちゃうか
I wonder who slept in that. Hey, isn't everyone's reasoning right on this?
多分お父さんの指示で仕組んだゲームなんや
This is probably a game father set up.
あの不気味な落書きを残してどこかに姿を隠して、
He must have left those creepy scribbles and hid himself somewhere,
わしらに何かをさせたいに違いないんや。
trying to make us do something.
遺産や家督を誰が引き継ぐにふさわしいか確かめようっていうことですか？
Are you saying he's trying to see who's fit to succeed his wealth and the headship?
いくらなんでもそれは。
Isn't that a bit...
いいえ、
No.
お父様だったらそういうことをしてもおかしくないかもしれない。
It might not be strange if father was behind something like that.
何しろお父さんは大仕掛けが大好きや。
After all, father loves doing things on a big scale.
例の碑文を大広間に掲げた時から練りに練った計画だったのかもしれへんで。
This might have been a finely tuned plan starting as far back as when the epitaph was hung in the hall.
ならゲームの開始宣言もしくはゲームの説明などがあったりはしないのかしら。
In that case, I wonder if they'll give us an announcement of the game or some explanation of it.
マリアちゃんに渡したような紋章入りの封筒が出てきても良さそうだけど。
It certainly would be nice if an envelope with the crest like the one handed to Maria-chan were to appear.
そうね。
That's right.
ひょっとすると屋敷で兄さんたちがそれを見つけたかもしれないわね。
Maybe Nissan and the rest have found something like that in the mansion.
南條先生、
Hello, Fifth Lord of Sheep. Good morning.
あんたなんか聞いてませんか？
Dr. Nanjo, have you heard anything about this?
申し訳ありませんが、私にも何が何だかさっぱりです。
My apologies. I have no idea what is going on.
ただ、なるほど。
And yet, yes, certainly.
金蔵さんが何かを企んで大仕掛けを打つことは、私にも容易に想像できます。
I could easily imagine Kinzo-san planning something on a big scale.
一度屋敷に戻らんか？
Shouldn't we go back to the mansion for now?
なんか向こうで見つけたかもしれんで。
Maybe they found something over there.
あ、お邪魔でなければ私もご一緒いたしましょう。
If I won't be in the way, I shall go too.
私はここに残るわ。
I'll stay here.
上にマリアたちが寝てる。
The children are sleeping upstairs.
何が起こってるかわからないんだもの。
We don't know what's
子
happening.
供たちを放ってはいけないわ。
We cannot leave them alone.
そうね。
That's right.
私もローザさんとここで留守番してるわ。
I'll stay with Rosa-san and watch over the
う
place.
ちの人にそう伝えていただけませんか？
Would you tell that to my husband? Rosa and Kiria remained in the guest house. Hideyoshi went with Nanjo and returned again to the mansion. Oh, they're in for a treat. At the same time, in the mansion, in a way that was hard to believe, or maybe we should say in a way that gave him a bad feeling, Rudolph's prediction was spot on. The same magic circle graffiti that had been drawn on the doors to the boiler room and the parlor had been found in multiple places throughout the mansion.
兄貴、親父の方はどうだ？
Aniki, how's dad?
いや、ダメだ。
It was no use.
何の反応もない。
I received no response.
一応扉に耳も当ててみたのだが、何の気配も感じなかった。
I tried putting my ear against the door, but I couldn't sense anyone.
使用人の姿はどこにもありません。
There's no sign of any of the servants.
一体どこへ姿を消したのやら。
Where in the world did they disappear to?
冗談じゃないわ。
This isn't funny.
お父様も使用人も姿を消し、屋敷中のあちこちにおかしな魔法陣だらけ。
Father and the servants are hiding, and there are strange magic circles all over the mansion.
一体何が起こってるっていうのよ。
What in the world is happening? She seems super freaked out for some reason. It's really hitting her hard. She's terrified. There weren't only magic circles on the door to the boiler room and the door to the parlor. There were 2 on the 2nd floor and 1 on the 3rd floor for a total of 5. They were all the same magic circle and all of the doors had been locked, so they couldn't check inside the rooms.
とにかく、まずはボイラー室を何とかしよう。
So, almost one locked room for every body that was created, right? I wonder if there's one more that they haven't found yet. That's gonna make Batora really happy to have to solve 5 to 6 individual locked room murders. Oh yes. Anyway, let's do something about the boiler room
何
first.
かの故障で火事になったりとか爆発したりとかしたら大変だ。
It'd be bad if something broke down and caught fire or exploded.
マリア、鍵だな。
So we need the key.
使用人室にキーボックスがあったはずです。
It should be in the key box in the servant room. Renove is being a bit extra. Yeah, hard mode. They fished through that key box. Because each of the servants carried their master key around, those weren't kept there. However, all of the individual keys should have been there.
よくもこれだけぎっしりと鍵があるものだよ。
I can't believe they managed to fit so many keys in there.
ないわ。
It isn't here.
何度探してもボイラー室の鍵が見つからないわ。
No matter how much we look, the key to the boiler room isn't here.
見ろよ、姉貴。
Look, Aniki.
例の魔法陣の書かれた部屋の鍵だけが
Only the keys to the rooms with those magic circles drawn on them
綺麗にぽっかりと抜けてるぜ。
are totally missing.
本当ですね。
It's true.
これは困りました。
How bothersome.
まるで魔法陣の部屋に入ってほしくないかのようね。
It's as though someone didn't want us to go into the rooms with the magic circles.
いえ、わざわざ魔法陣でアピールしてるんだから入ってほしいのかしら。
No, they went to all the trouble of making those magic circles obvious, so maybe they wanted us to enter.
俺は後者だと思うぜ。
I think it's the latter.
扉をぶち破るのは映画じゃあるまいし無理だろう。
This isn't a movie, so breaking down the door is probably impossible.
窓を破ればなんとかなるかもな。
Smashing a window might do the trick, though. For a while, Klaus pondered over whether the situation really called for smashing a window. At that time, Hideyoshi and Nanjo returned. There was nothing strange in the guest house, and the children were safe. They told the others that Rosa and Kirie had stayed to watch over the place.
おはようございます。
Good morning.
何やらおかしなことになったそうですな。
I heard that something strange has happened.
おはようございます、南條先生。
Good morning, Dr. Nanjo.
早朝から起こしてしまったようで申し訳ありませんが。
I apologize for waking you so early in the morning.
なんや、
What is it?
手紙の類は見つからんのか。
Did you find a letter or something?
わしはてっきりそういうのが見つかったとばかり思っとったんや。
I was sure you'd have found something like that by now.
そうね。
You're right.
私もこれはお父様の壮大な冗談か何かのゲームだと信じてる。
I also believe this to be a massive joke or game of fathers.
でもそうなら必ずそれを伝える手紙があるはずよね。
But if that's the case, there should be some letter telling us about it,
マリアちゃんに手紙を与えたように。
like the letter that was given to Maria-chan.
ゲーム開始宣言はまさにあのマリアちゃんの手紙だったのかもしれねえぜ。
What if Maria-chan's letter actually was the announcement telling us that the game was on?
自分の謎を解いてみろと。すでにゲームの内容は示されてるさ。
The rules of the game, Try Solving the Riddle of the Epitaph, have already been made clear.
なら屋敷から5つも見つかった魔法陣にはどんな意味があるというのかね。
Then what might the 5 magic circles we found in the mansion represent?
姿の見えない使用人もだ。
And the missing servants?
夏日姉さん、使用人って今日は全部で何人いたかしら。
Natsuhine-san, how many servants were there today in total?
現地にゴーダに5人ですが何か。
Genji, Goda, 5 of them, but why?
使用人が5人。
So there are 5
魔
servants.
法陣も5つか。
There are also 5 magic circles.
偶然だろうが気になるな。
It's probably a coincidence, but I don't like it.
兄さん、窓を破りましょう。
Nissan, let's break a window.
中を確認するべきだわ。
We should check and see what's inside.
仕方ないな。
Can't I, look through the window first? They don't have to break it immediately, right? Unless, the windows are all covered, usually, but would they be?
綺麗に頼むよ。
We have no choice. Do it neatly. Klaus made his decision and gave permission to smash a window. and he decided that the first room they would break into should be the parlor on the first floor, where the windows would be easiest to reach. They had hoped to peek in through the window, but the curtains were down. Okay, never mind. So they couldn't see inside. Rudolph wandered around the garden trying to find something that would be good for smashing the window. Eventually, he found a rock bigger than a fist and came back.
全部割ることはないわよ。
You don't have to smash the whole
鍵
thing.
が回せる程度に開けてくれれば十分。
Just open it enough so you can reach the lock.
あまり期待には添えないかもしれないぜ。
Don't get your hopes up, okay? Rudolph raised the rock and hit the glass with it several times. Oh, nice. Eventually, he succeeded in opening a hole big enough that he could unlock it from the outside. Covering his hand with a handkerchief, he stuck his hand through that hole and cautiously unlocked it.
後でガムテープで塞いだ方がいいだろうな。
We should probably cover it with packing tape later.
雨が吹き込んじまうぜ。
The rain will get blown in. When he suddenly opened the window, the wind and rain made the curtain dance around violently. That curtain was blown to the side. They could see into the parlor they knew well. They were a little relieved. They thought there might be another bizarre magic circle inside the room, or possibly the traces of some creepy ceremony. In any event, they didn't want to hang around in that rain. So the six of them, Klaus, Natsuhi, Eva, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, and Nanjo, entered the parlor as a group.
特に変わったところはないようですな。
It seems that nothing in particular has changed.
どうしましたか、シャノン。
What's wrong, Shannon?
ちょっと、大丈夫なの？
Wait, are you okay?
どうしたのよ、あんた。
What happened to you?
チア
I don't think she's alive.
南條先生見たってや
Blood, Dr. Nanjo, take a look at this.
おい、シャノンちゃん、
Hey, Shannon-chan,
大丈夫か？
are you okay?
返事をしろい。
Answer me.
揺さぶってはいけません。
You mustn't shake her.
今、容体を見ます。
I will examine her condition now. She had been in the shadow of the sofa, so they hadn't noticed her until they'd entered the room. Shannon was lying on the floor, her chest stained bright red with the blood.
おーいバトラーどこだ
Batara, it's time to start guessing on what happened in here. Even though you saw her die differently, don't worry about it.
ほらシャノンの死体が出てきたぞ
Hey, Batara, where are you? Look, Shannon's corpse has turned up, see?
もういじめねえから出てこいよ
I won't bully you anymore, so come out.
おーいた
Oh, there you are.
そんなところで頭抱えて何してんだよ
What are you doing, clutching at your head in a place like that? Batara was crouching under the table, holding his head. His pitiful figure made it plainly clear that he didn't want to see anything, didn't want to hear anything. Had he heard Beatrice's sneering voice? Could he not hear, or was he pretending that he couldn't hear? In any event, it was clear that he'd closed up his heart like a shell.
少しお嬢様がいじめすぎたのではないでしょうか。
Perhaps you tormented him too much,
あ
milady.
れだけのものを見せつけて反論を迫っては。
After showing him all that, and demanding a counter-argument,
塞ぎ込みたくなる気持ちも分かろうというものです。
I can understand why he'd want to mope around. Poor Batora, man. Someone reported a body. A body has been discovered. Curled up in a ball. Roly-poly Batora, just like the teacher Beato. A hedgehog. Oh, wait, I understand now why they said hedgehog. Because of the spears? The pieces of the spears anyway, inside of her body? That makes sense now.
なあバトラー反論がないならリザインを頼むぜ
Hey, Batora. If you can't argue back, then resign, okay?
お前の手番なんだ
It's your turn.
何か指すとかパスするとか
If you don't make some move or pass,
さもなく降参するとかしてくれねえと話が前に進まねえよ
or else give up, we won't get anywhere. Et.
何何
Huh? What's that?
聞こえないぞ
I can't hear you.
黙れっつってんだ
I said be quiet.
ああうるせえうるせえうるせ
Ah, shut up, shut up.
え何か魔女だ何か魔法だ
A witch? Magic?
好き勝手にやればいいじゃねえかよ俺は信じねえ何も信じね
Why don't you just do whatever you want? I don't believe any of it.
えクソクソクソクソ
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
俺に話しかけるな何も見せるな消えろ消えろ消えちまえ
Don't talk to me, don't show me anything. Disappear, disappear, just disappear.
俺にそのムカつく顔を近づけるな
Don't get that annoying face near me. Beatrice winced oh my god, reflexively at Batara's sudden rage.
そうは言うがな
She was surprised by that. Even if you say that,
お前の手番が終わらんとわらわの手番も来ぬ
if you don't finish your turn, then my turn won't come.
あまりわらわを退屈させるなと言いたいのだが
In fact, I'm the one asking you to stop boring me. She sounds so cute. I don't know. When she talks in a gentler voice, you can really hear the Beato from the hidden mansion that Rosa found. She sounds so sweet and innocent.
知るかよ黙れようるせえんだよ
Who cares? Be quiet. Shut up.
お前のゲームなんか知るかよ
Who cares about your game?
付き合ってらんねえんだよ
I won't go along with it.
俺の番が終わらねえとてめえの番が来ねえってんなら永遠に待ってやがりゃいいだろうが
If your turn won't come until mine's finished, then just wait for all eternity.
ああ知らねえわからね
I don't know, I don't get
え
it.
魔女も魔法も認めねえあんなめちゃくちゃも認めね
I won't accept witches or magic. I won't accept something that screwed up.
え
Whoa!
俺に話しかけるなっつってんだ
I said don't talk to me! Hello, Flea Flicker. Hello, Noe. Welcome in. Underneath the cackling witch, she's just a shy girl. Yeah, she's so moe, so cute. She's also moe and cute when she's killing people, though, and being mean to him. Patras VA could have made a fantastic Junpei. Zero Escape? I have never played a Zero Escape game. I'm sorry. It's a future thing. A future thing for me to play. Oh boy. What was that all about? I don't know what's what anymore. After being shown something that screwed up, how could I resist? Grabs you right now. I'm sorry. I have to play it at some point. I know. You gotta hop on Zero Escape. Guy who has streamed 999 and VLR. I know. What is VLR? I know 999. Isn't that the first Zero Escape game? Something like that? I'll play them with you. I think I own them? Oh god, I don't know anymore. Yeah, we all gotta play them. I should... Hold on, I'm gonna check. Yeah, I feel like I've asked this before. I think I got them gifted to me. I have Zero Escape the Nonary games, and I have Zero Escape Zero Time Dilemma. I don't know anything. I don't know what's what. Virtue's last reward. I like the 100-line route written by the same guy by... Oh, what's his name again? 100-line was made by Kodaka and... What's his name? I forgot his name. The other guy. Uchikoshi, thank you. Yes, true. That's all of them, okay. You combined... Okay. 1 and 2, so you get both of them when buying them on PC. Okay. Alright. That's good. I'll play them sometime. I promise. And if Nua would like to play with me, I don't know how long they are, but we could do that. I played the first one on the DS, but fell off the second one on the PC. I know nothing about the games. I know nothing about them. The PC version has voice acting. Oh, that's nice. I gotta do it at some point. How did we start playing? Talking about that. Ah, yeah. Escape. Yeah, I remember now. I wandered aimlessly through the rose garden. It was raining and windy, but that didn't mean my body got wet. There was just a feeling of isolation as I wandered amidst the wind and rain without an umbrella. He can leave? In this, like, weird dimension that he's in? He can go outside into the rain? I thought he was, like, confined to that space that he was in. Maybe I lost in that person's game a long time ago. Actually, didn't we already have a clear winner and loser in the last game? After all, I surrendered for a time. That's why the world was tinted with witches and magic. Right now, Rokenjima is a different world where witches stride around openly and fire off strange spells. It isn't a matter of accepting it or denying it. Maybe I mistakenly assumed that I was playing a game on an even footing with Beato. Maybe I was already defeated in the last game, and this is just the signing ceremony of my surrender. A minute ago, a terrible battle unfolded in this rose garden. I saw it with my own eyes. I kicked the ground. Obviously the ground was hard, and water from a puddle splashed. Several towers had split this ground, sprouting like high-rise buildings. The more I kicked this ground, the more it felt like that couldn't possibly have happened. But for that very reason, I couldn't explain it with anything other than magic anymore. Drugs. Always drugs. Took me like 28 hours, but I know the game by heart. That's quite a long time. It's a lot shorter than Higurashi or Umineko though. Yeah, I also have AI the Somnium files. Gotta play that at some point as well. Someday. Hello Taylor, welcome in. If it was a closed room with a key shut up inside, I'd know it was probably an extension of stuff you often see in detective novels. But that? That big flashy thing? Damn it.
私の弟子が随分と迷惑をかけているようですね。
It seems my disciple has caused you much trouble. Huh? It's you. Someone suddenly spoke to me, so I turned around. And in the rose garden arbor was the predecessor Beatrice, whom Beatrice had supposedly defeated a short while ago. No, she's fine. She's alright. I'm playing 3 hella long games back to back now that I think about it. 100 line, then Umineko, then Higurashi. Oh my god, that is quite an ensemble. I have to go run for now, sadly. Thank you for stopping by, Nua. I hope you don't die in the heat. Stay hydrated and stuff. Thank you. Thank you. You have fun too. The guy that voices Kaname Date in AI Somnian Files actually read Umi with Joseph Anderson on stream once. Oh, that's really cool. I was wondering about this because she briefly appeared to Batra earlier. I think she was alive then. It was like, wasn't it in the middle of her transforming from Kumasawa to Beato?
生きてたのか。
I was sure I was sure you died, so you survived.
いいえ、死にましたよ。
No, I did die.
今の私は取られた駒がチェス盤の外でくつろいでいるだけに過ぎません。
Now, I'm nothing more than a defeated chess piece loitering outside the chessboard.
あんたはベアトの師匠なんだろ。
You're Beato's teacher, right?
ってことはつまり、あんたも魔女ってわけか。
So, in other words, you're a witch too.
ええ、そうですよ。
Yes, that is correct.
ってことはつまり、
So
やっ
basically,
ぱり魔女はいるってことで決まりなわけだろ。
that means witches really do exist.
そして、あいつを倒せるのは俺じゃない。
And the one who can defeat her isn't me.
すげえ魔法使えるあんたの方じゃねえか。
That'd be you, since you can use awesome magic, right?
俺はもうお役ごめんさ。
I'm just useless now.
俺にできることなんてもう何もね
There's nothing I can do anymore.
おやおや、
Oh my.
すっかり屈服してしまいましたか。
Have you surrendered completely?
え。僕も何も。
What do you mean, surrender?
あれをどう説明すりゃいいんだよ。
How am I supposed to explain that?
塔が生えたり落ちてきたり。
How is sprouting and falling?
でっけえ巨人が盾を構えたり槍を投げたり。
Huge giants holding shields and throwing spears.
ああ、思い出すだけでも気が変になりそうだぜ。もう推理もヘチマもあったもんじゃねえ。
Just remembering it makes me feel like I'm going insane. We're way past the point of trying to reason this all out, aren't we?
トリックとか人間犯人説とかそんな領域をとっくに超えてるだろ。
We've left the level of tricks and things that can be explained with human culprits.
ああ、畜生畜生畜生畜生。
Ah, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! He's a losing it!
落ち着いて。
Calm yourself.
私はあの子のゲーム版の駒に過ぎない。
I'm nothing more than a piece on that child's game board.
こうして番外へ取り除かれてしまえば、もはや何もできない存在。
After being removed from that board, I'm no longer being capable of doing anything.
しかしあなたはあの子の対戦相
But you are that child's
手。
opponent.
あなたが自ら投げ出さない限り、あなたには常にあの子に一矢報いる力があるのだから。
As long as you don't do oh my god. As long as you do not give up on your own, you will always have the power to strike back. Hello, Skip. Hi. How was your birthday party? I'm guessing it's still going on? Still hasn't ended or hasn't started? I don't know. When do birthday parties start? I haven't had a birthday party since I was like 12. It's been a while, I don't know. Hello, Butter, welcome in. Happy weekend. It's happening right now. I hope you have a good birthday party. I hope it's really, really fun and that you have a good time with all of your friends and that you can eat yummy cake and food and everything. Have a jolly good time. No, that's what you say during Christmas, isn't it? Have a normal good time. Yay! Hopefully we got to celebrate yours too. Oh, I never celebrate my birthday, but maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll actually do something.
うるせえ。
Shut up!
あんただっておかしな呪文を唱えて、トーダの槍だのを呼び出してたじゃねえかよ。
Aren't you also reciting strange spells and summoning towers and spears?
何を一矢報いるってんだよ。
What do you mean, strike back?
俺にも魔法を教えてくれた。あいつとあの大魔法バトルを繰り広げろっていうのかよ。
Are you saying you'll teach me magic too? And make me take part in that massive magic battle?
あなたが望むなら
If you
あな
wish,
たに魔法の一端を教えてあげてもいいですよ。
I could teach you a bit about magic. Let's go. Batara learning magic. He's gonna become a wizard or a sorcerer like Kinzo maybe? Isn't that what Beato said that he could be really good at because of the blood and whatnot? Hit everyone. Yeah, let's abuse everyone. Enjoy Umineko, I will lurk. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your birthday party. Thank you, Skip. Magical boy, Batara. Oh my god, can you imagine him having like a really good transformation scene? Should make him a witch too? True.
そりゃ願ったり叶ったりだぜ。
Ah, just what I wanted.
あいつの胸板にズドンと打ち込んでやれるようなすっげえ魔法一発頼むぜ。
Please give me some awesome magic to smash through her chest in one blow.
なめんなってんだ。
Don't screw with me.
日本の魔法に雨乞いの儀式というものがあるそうですね。
I hear that in Japanese magic, there's a ceremony used to pray for rain. There have been multiple Higurashi references in this singular chapter already. And this is yet another one. And now I have to remember this scene that seemed a little bit irrelevant in Higurashi and try to make it fit in the context of Umineko. And I don't even remember the scene that well. I only remember very vaguely what it was about. Oh. Oh. Now that I'm looking at Beatrice Sensei more closely, could that be a brimmed hat? Maybe. Spooky mentioned something about wanting to kill Chad yesterday. I want to kill everyone every day. It's normal at this point. A lot of cultures have rain rituals. Yeah, but you know, it's special in the context of a Ryukishi game.
ご存知ですか？
Do you know of it?
雨乞い？
Yeah, they even have like those. Isn't that what was? Oh god, I'm trying to remember the Higurashi scene. They had like a little. Don't you make like a doll? But isn't that for warding off rain and not wishing for rain? I don't know, man. Spooky is bad though. Yeah, I wish, man. I wish.
バンバン火をくべて演武を奉納して雨を祈るっていうあれか？
A rain ceremony? That thing where you throw stuff into a fire and dance as an offering? No, that's not what I'm thinking of.
あれは魔法じゃねえだろ。
That's not magic.
火で上昇気流ができて、その結果雨雲が集まるっていう。
They say that the fire causes an updraft, which makes rain clouds gather.
れっきとした科学現象のはずだぜ。
That's supposed to be an accepted scientific phenomenon.
おや、私は東洋魔法の一つだと信じていましたが。
Oh, I believed it to be a form of Eastern magic.
魔法ではないのですか？
But is that not the case?
天に聖なる火を捧げ、敬いの演舞を捧げることで、
I believe people offered sacred fire to the heavens as well as dance of respect.
神々の心に雨乞いの嘆願が届くものと信じておりましたよ。
So that your entreaty for rain would reach the hearts of the gods.
大昔の連中はそうだったろうよ。
Maybe people did that long ago.
でも、その手のオカルトは大抵科学的に説明がつくもんだ。
But most occult things like that have a scientific explanation.
物が燃えるのはどうしてですか？
Why do things burn?
物質にフロギストンが含まれているからでは？
Isn't that because phlogiston is contained in the material?
いや、物が燃えるのは酸化反応だ。
No, things burn because of a chemical reaction.
フロギストン説はラボアジェが否定したはずだぜ。
Lavoisier, I don't know, abolished the phlogiston theory. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I'm uneducated.
物に熱が伝わるのはどうしてですか？
What does heat transfer through
物
objects?
質にカロリックが含まれているからでは？
Isn't that because caloric is contained in the material?
そいつは確かジュールが否定したはずだ。
Why are you so smart, Batara? I don't know anything. I don't know any of these things. How the fuck does Batara know all this shit, right? Like, hello? She hasn't heard of chemicals, don't be mean. Yeah, someone get her on the internet. Someone get her connected. He went to school. I swear to God, my school did not teach this shit. This is maybe... I don't know. He's pretty studious for a guy who says he doesn't care about studying. Yeah, he's really smart. So smart, yet so stupid. Heat particles instead of it being vibrations. They didn't teach you about fire in high school chemistry? Nope. They did not. They taught me about all kinds of other chemical reactions, but fire was not one of them. They did tell me, though, that if I did catch on fire, that we had blankets to wrap me up in and roll me on the ground until I wasn't on fire anymore. That's the only context that I have with fire in chemistry. Hello, Mysterious Emblem. Welcome in. They gotta fire your teachers. The school that I went to for the first couple of years it's kind of different here in Germany, but for like higher grades was not good. It was not a good school. I switched schools sometime near the end, and it was a lot better. Pretty sure they do teach it in German schools. Yeah, maybe my school was just ass. It was not a good, you know, area that I lived in. It was kind of not that great. So I'm not surprised that the school that I went to was kind of ass. I didn't learn any of this either. Shaking your hand, thank you for making me feel a little better. I'm pretty sure that was abolished by Joule.
熱はエネルギーであって物質じゃない。
Heat is energy, not a substance.
よくお勉強していますね。
You have studied well.
正しい知識ですよ。
Your knowledge is accurate.
ちょいとした雑学レベルだがな。
It's just some trivia.
フロギストンもカロリックも、果てはエーテルも、神の愛さえも。
Phlogiston, caloric, and eventually ether, and God's love.
科学的な説明の前には無力ですね。
All are powerless before a scientific explanation.
私はかつて木からリンゴが落ちるのは
In the past, I was told that an apple falling from a tree
人に食を与えるための神の愛のおかげだと聞かされましたよ。
was thanks to God's love so that humans would be given food.
重力すらも神の愛なのか？
So, even gravity is the love of God.
まあ、科学より宗教が万物を説明した時代の名残だろうぜ。
Well, that's probably the remnants from the period when religion rather than science was used to explain everything. God, if we were gonna talk about this, I'm gonna lose my mind. Learning about the chemical reactions is one thing, but the history of it is another matter that's really involved, yeah. I had a glass break on my hand and spill... I don't know what that is. On me. Lab coats are good. They are. Always wear the safety gear that they provide you with. I also had a little oopsie in chemistry class where the reaction was a lot stronger than it should have been, and the whole, like, glass, like the contents of the little vial that was in actually got on fire. It was kind of crazy. I was not really that good in chemistry, and every time I made something, it kind of went to shit, but, you know, only one time did it really escalate. I don't remember what it was anymore, though. I don't know what we were trying to do. We never did anything cool in our chemistry labs. We did a bunch of stuff. I feel like every other week we'd have some kind of experiment. I don't remember that many of them though. It was just mostly to get us to get accustomed to the equipment that we had in the lab. And then at some point I didn't have chemistry. You know what? This might actually be the issue, because maybe by the time I should have learned all of this, I didn't have chemistry anymore, because I didn't have biology, chemistry, and oh god, what's the other? What is it called in physics? Yeah, it's just physics, isn't it? Didn't have that in my later high school grades, because I actually, why do you call this? I majored in art, and so they decided you don't need any of these classes anymore, and so my focus was just on art and other art subjects like theater. I had theater class instead of chemistry, biology, and physics. So maybe that's the reason why. We made banana wine in our chemistry class. Yummy. He still can't solve a murder mystery. Maybe it'll help him. All this knowledge. I'd have been 16 at most. That's when I switched schools though. Or maybe I was 15. I was 15 or 16. Hello Klaus, welcome in. Hope you're doing good today.
その通りです。人類はかつて自らの知識の限界を
That is correct. In the past, humans called the limits of their knowledge.
無知そのものを魔法と呼んだのです。
No, ignorance itself, magic.
先ほどの雨乞いの話はまさにそれでしょう。
Like the rain ceremony we were just talking about. Oh, don't worry, Beatrice. They still do that today.
太古の人々が火が熱を生み上昇気流を生み出して雲を呼ぶことを科学的に理解していたでしょうか。
Did the people of ancient times realize that there was a scientific explanation that fire gave rise to heat to cause updrafts that summon clouds?
理解せずともそういう結果になることだけは知っていた。
Even without understanding these things, they at least knew the result.
そういうのは結構あるかもな。
That probably happened a lot.
先人たちの知恵ってやつさ。
That stuff called knowledge of the ancestors.
理由は分からずとも長い経験でそういう結果が得られることを知っていた。
Even without understanding the reason, through long experience, they knew that they'd achieve results.
原理を理解できない現象は多分彼らにとっては魔法も同然だったろうな。
Phenomena whose principles they didn't understand were probably the same as magic to them. Oh wait, there's gonna be an ad break. I'm snoozing them. It's too early. Like this person just said, ancient people who didn't understand those principles probably believed that. Through the rain ceremony, their wishes would reach the heavens and make rainfall. To them, that was certainly magic. As long as they didn't understand updrafts.
電気のスイッチを押せば明かりがつく。
If you push an electrical switch, a light turns on.
子供は電球がなぜ発光するのか、その科学的原理を知らず、
Children do not know the scientific principles behind why a light bulb lights up.
結果だけを知っていてスイッチを押す。
They only know the result when they push the switch.
原理を知らずとも結果を得られるならば、それは彼らにとって魔法なのではありませんか。
If they obtain such a result without knowing the principles, doesn't that make it magic to them?
面白い話だな。まあ理屈から言やそうだ。
That's pretty interesting. Well, logically that's true.
例えば俺たちはテレビのブラウン管にどうして画像が映るのか理屈はさっぱり分かってない。
For example, I don't have a clue why the brown tubes in a TV show a picture.
でも
Sorry.
テレビに物が映るのは当たり前だと思ってる。
Still, I think it's totally normal to see things shown on a
ブラウ
TV.
ン管の原理を知らなくてもスイッチを押せばテレビが見られることだけは知っている。
Even if I don't understand the principles behind brown tubes, I at least know that if I push the switch, I can watch TV. Every time I see someone talk about brown tubes, I think of Steins Gate and the Mr. Brown. It's the only thing that's on my mind. The guy with the fucking TV shop or whatever underneath their silly little science lab. Very good, very good. The light turned into a PS3 light? Yeah, that's how you turn them on. That's the science behind it. I've gotta read Steins Gate. Me too. I've only watched the anime like 3 times. I only partially read the VN, never finished it though. It's exactly the same as having a rain ceremony without understanding updrafts. In other words, if I don't know the principles, even TV is the same as magic. Or even magic itself, I guess. Is it really? You don't have to understand something to acknowledge... Oh god, now am I making... maybe this is why he should start believing in magic, but like... Even if I don't know how a TV works, I can still say that it's not magic and that there has to be a scientific explanation for it, because everything else would be bullshit. Cathode tube. Calling it someone's tube is weird. I get that. You should read all of the science adventure VNs. Which would you recommend? Do you know the structure of brown tubes? Have you ever taken one apart and looked inside? Nope. I think I read about it in a book or something once, but it was complicated and I didn't have a clue. I think that when electrons hit a fluorescent material, it creates luminescence or something like that. That book lied. Actually, there are small people called gremlins shut up inside the brown tubes. And they do their work with magic. This is what... Oh god, I'm gonna go on a whole rant about religion and whatnot, but this is what people who preach about any religion really sound to me. It's like, yeah, actually, it's this and that. It's not science, fuck you, actually. It's just some bullshit I made up and I've been believing. It's like fucking believing in Santa Claus, like, okay. Oh my god, no. I cannot go on a rant like this. I'll offend so many people. I'm so sorry. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. Huh? Don't be stupid. There's no way that's true. How can you deny it if you've never looked inside a brown tube? I've never looked inside, but I can say for sure that small people like that definitely don't exist. I don't know, you never know. I really like Chaos Child. I actually own that. I haven't played it either. Someday. I have to. It looks really good. I think I like it. Santa isn't real. Sorry. Sorry to break it to you. I think this talk is the reason that Rikishi shelved land for this episode. Since there are no brown tubes here, that is impossible to prove. Just conjure one with magic. Yeah, it's impossible to prove right now, but later I can take apart a TV somewhere and show you, and instantly win the argument. So, put another way. My magical theory that gremlins are shut up inside the brown tubes and display the picture with magic
ブラウン管の中身を検証するまで否定不能ということになりますね。
is impossible to disprove until we can verify the contents of a brown tube, correct?
なんだよあれか
What the hell? Is this one of those?
悪魔の証明だって言いてえのか
Are you trying to say it's a devil's proof?
お前たち魔女のお箱だぜ
That's a favorite trick of you witches.
悪魔の証明は消極的事実の証明が不可能であることを逆手に取った詭弁です。
Devil's proof is a bit of sophistry? One that takes advantage of the fact that negative facts are impossible to prove.
しかし今のブラウン管の話は違う。
However, it's different from my brown tubes metaphor.
テレビをたった1台分解すれば済むだけの話ですよ。
That could be resolved simply by taking apart a single television.
そうだな
You're right.
確かに悪魔の証明とは異なるな
It isn't really a devil's proof.
あなたの提唱する科学的説明と私の提唱する魔法的説明。
You have proposed a scientific theory, and I have proposed a magical one.
そのどちらかが真実です。
One of those is the truth.
そしてそれはブラウン管の中を覗いた時に確定する。
And which one it is can be ascertained the moment you look inside a brown tube. Oh my god, it's Schrödinger's cat? Box? Gotta look inside the brown tube. Reading Chaos Hat before Chaos Child is probably better, but I personally like Child way more. What order were they released in? I would always go about it in release order, in that case. He gave them a nice Beatrice to hold their hand through it. Yeah. If you try to take apart a brown tube, the glass could crack and the vacuum will spill everywhere. Wouldn't be fun, no, I can't imagine it would be.
しかしそれを確かめる瞬間の直前まで私たちは互いの説を否定できないのです。
However, until the instant that happens, we cannot deny each other's theories.
つまり真実は一つであるにもかかわらず
So, even though only one truth exists,
ブラウン管の中を覗く直前までは相反する真実が同時に2つ存在することができる。
until you look into the brown tube, you can have two conflicting truths existing at the same time.
一つしか存在してはいけない真実が2つ同時に存在できる異空間。
You have a realm in which two truths can exist simultaneously, even though there must be only one truth in existence. Is the cat in the box alive or dead? If you open the box, you will learn the answer. You will learn the truth. However, until you open the box, and you can claim that the cat is alive, and you can also claim that it is dead. Both claims are the correct truth according to the people making them, and even though two sides are in conflict, neither can win the argument as long as the box remains unopened. In other words, two truths can exist at the same time. Even though there can only be one cat in the box, it is packed with a living cat and a dead cat, forming a strange, separate world. That is what Rokenjima is now. This island is now a different world where a scientific theory and a magical one can exist at the same time. To a resident of the world of science, such as yourself, at a glance, it may feel as though this island had been sucked into a world of magic. That might not be wrong, but it is not accurate. Strictly speaking, it has been moved from the world of science to the gap between that world and the world of magic. So, at a glance, it appears to you as though the world is tilted towards the magical side. But in reality, this island is now in a perfectly impartial position with relation to those two opposing worlds. Okay. Cat box
よ
mentioned!
くわからね
Wasn't there something like a cat box in Higurashi too? I don't remember. I feel like the later chapters or episodes of Higurashi are all kind of a blur in my head, but I think there was also mention of something like that, but it wasn't as relevant to the story. If you like cat boxes, you gotta read Zero Escape. Okay. I'm gonna have to move it up my priority list. Chapter's so confusing they had to explain it. I mean, they basically just found a neat explanation for what's been on my mind this whole time. That, you know, both things can be true as it is right now, because we cannot disprove either one. So unless we do find some proof somehow, we're gonna be in a state of limbo almost. Oh my god, there's gonna be an end break in a few seconds. Yeah, okay. I will take a 3-minute break then. Alright, let's keep going. Let's find out if the cat is alive or dead. Maybe, probably not. Sometime soon.
現実と魔法の中間
I don't really get it. The gap between reality and magic?
限りなく公平な世界
A perfectly impartial world?
どこがだ
How's that?
俺に圧倒的に不利な展開ばっかりじゃねえかよ
Hasn't pretty much everything that's happened been totally not in my favor?
ならばこう考えるといいでしょう。
Thank you. Welcome back to you too. I love this soundtrack.
これは裁判です。あなたとベアトリーチェが相反する主張を繰り広げている法廷だと考えるのです。
Then perhaps you could think of it this way. This is a trial. Think of it as a court where you and Beatrice are laying out opposing claims.
ブラウン管裁判でもいいでしょう。
Call it a brown tube trial.
あの子はブラウン管の中には妖精が入っていると主張している。
Your opponent claims that there are tiny people inside the brown tubes.
そして中に入っている妖精がどのような生態でどのような姿なのか。
Explaining one thing after another.
どのような魔力を持っているのかを次々に説明する。
Talking about the lives of these tiny people, what they look like, what type of magical power they have.
そしてあなたは
And what do you do?
まあ図書館で勉強してブラウン管の構造を説明して反論するだろうよ
Well, I study in a library and argue back by explaining how brown tubes are constructed.
この瞬間法廷にはあなたの主張とあの子の主張が同時に存在する。
At this moment, both your claim and that child's claim exist in the court at the same
も
time.
しもあの子の主張に耳を傾けたならば、
If you find your opponent's claim convincing,
それはあたかも真実に聞こえてしまうかもしれない。
it
見え
might
てしま
sound
う
like
かも
truth
し
to
れ
you.
ない。
It might look like truth to you.
あなたはまさにそれを見せつけられた。
That is exactly what you saw.
今この瞬間の六軒島には確かに魔女も魔法も真実として存在するかもしれない。
At this moment, on Rokenjima, witches and magic certainly may exist as truth.
しかしそれは猫の箱が開かれる瞬間までの不確定な波動関数の世界。
However, until the moment that the cat's box is opened, that world is an uncertain wave function.
すべての状態が同時に説明できる。
The entire situation can be explained by both sides at the same
し
time.
かし真実は一つです。
However, there is one truth.
それは観測されることによって収縮し、
That set of truths shrinks with
無
observation.
数の真実が淘汰されてたった一つの真実になる。
And countless truths are weeded out to become one truth.
法廷で例えるならば、
It is like when, in court,
これは裁判長による判決行為にも似ているでしょう。
the judge hands down his judgment.
検察側、弁護側がそれぞれに主張する2つの真実は
The true truth from the prosecutors and the defense's claims
判決によって収縮し一つとなるのです。
are reduced in number by the judgment and become one.
あんたの言葉を借りるとつまり
To say it in your words,
今のこの島はブラウン管の中を覗く直前の世界ってわけなんだな
This island right now is the world right before you look into a brown tube, right?
だからこそ科学説も魔法説もどちらも否定できない。
Therefore, the science theory and the magic theory cannot be
否
denied.
定できないってことはつまり
And since they cannot be denied,
どちらも真実として存在できる。
both can exist as truth.
だから魔女も魔法も存在し得る。
Therefore, both witches and magic can exist.
しかし同時にそれを否定するあなたの意見もまた真実として同時に存在できる。
However, at the same time, your opinion of denial also exists as truth.
相反する二つが同時に存在できる世界。
It is a world where two conflicting things can exist at once.
そして相反する真実が互いを否定する理由にできない世界。
And it is a world where conflicting truths cannot disprove each other.
理解できてきましたか？
Have you managed to understand? I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of hate it. Hello, Amadis. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Hi. Yeah, she has no name yet. Officially, we don't know anything.
つまりベアトがどんなすげえ魔法を俺に見せようとも
In other words, no matter how much awesome magic Beato shows
そ
me,
れは魔法説の主張でしかなく俺を否定することには当たらない
it's only a claim of a magical theory and it doesn't disprove my position.
ベアトがどんな魔法を俺に見せようとも
So, no matter what kind of magic Beato shows me in this
こ
world,
の世界ではそれをもって魔法が存在する証拠にはなり得ないってこと
it
か
cannot become proof that magic exists.
そうです。
That's right.
あの子は木からリンゴが落ちることすらも魔法で説明しようとするでしょう。
That child might even try to explain an apple falling from a tree with magic.
あの子は一見杖を振るって魔法にてリンゴをもぎ取り
Perhaps by shaking her staff and magically plucking the apple,
大地に落としたかのように主張するかもしれない。
then claiming to be the thing that made it drop down to the earth.
しかしそれはあの子の主張の一つに過ぎないのです。
However, that would be nothing more than another claim.
あの子のいかなる主張もあなたの主張する機会を拒むことはできない。
None of your opponent's claims can prevent you from making yours.
その意味においてこの世界は双方にあまりに公平なのです。
In that sense, this world is quite impartial to both sides.
なるほど
I get it.
だがよ
Still,
その論法で言ったならたとえ俺が科学説で正論を示したところで
by that argument, if I show a sound argument with my science
奴
theory,
の魔法説と正面衝突を起こすだけで俺もまた奴を論破できない
and it collides head on with her magic theory, I also can't win against
しか
her.
もそのファイナルジャッジはブラウン管を除かない限りつかない
On top of that, the final judgment won't come until we peek into the brown tube.
この世界のブラウン管はどこにあるんだ
Where is the brown tube in this world?
俺たちに議論なんて必要ないってことになる
Because it exists, there should be no reason for us to argue.
俺たちは仲良くブラウン管の中身を覗けばいいだけの話じゃねえのか
Why don't we just get along and peek into the brown tube?
中に妖精が本当にいたら俺の全面敗北だ
If there really is a tiny person in there, it's my complete loss.
いなかったら逆に俺の勝ち
Otherwise, it's my victory.
俺たちはブラウン管を覗かずにどうして論争を繰り広げなくちゃならないんだ
Why do we have to hold this debate without looking into the brown tube? Because otherwise, it would be too easy. Sorry, no, it's okay. I didn't even see the name, so you're good. I saw Grok's message before, so I didn't read the others that you sent. Hello, KVC Jazz. Welcome in. We have Schrödinger's brown tube here before us right now.
それこそがあの子があなたに挑んだゲームなのです。
That itself is the game you're being challenged to.
裁判ではなく チェスと例えるべきでしょう。
Maybe instead of a court, I should use chess as an example.
勝敗は裁判官が決めるのではない。
There, victory and loss are not determined by a judge.
戦っているあなたたち自身が決めるのです。
You who fight will decide it yourselves.
真実が同時に存在できるめちゃくちゃな世界で相手を論破なんてできるのかよ。
Can you win an argument with an opponent in a screwed up world where multiple truths can exist at the same time?
現にあなたは論破されて今こうして屈服していますよ。
In actual fact, didn't you lose an argument and surrender like this? Yup.
今私に助言できるのはここまでです。
That is all the advice I can give you now.
もしもあなたが望むなら時折助言を与えましょう。
If you wish, I can occasionally offer you counsel. She's just the one to hold your hand throughout all this, at least right now.
あ
Sure.
あ、ありがとう。助かるぜ。
Thanks, that really helps.
あんたの仇も俺
I'll
が取っ
avenge
てやる。
you.
ありがとう。期待していますよ。
Thank you. I look forward to it.
あんた、名前は？
What's your name?
ベアトリーチェはかつて私の名でしたが、譲ってしまった今、私は名前を持ちません。
Beatrice used to be my name, but now that I have surrendered it, I do not have a name.
ならば、仮の名でも名乗りましょう。
So, I shall take a temporary name.
ワルギリアス。
Oh my god. No, say it again! No! I don't know.
ワルギリアではいかがです？
Oh, no. How about... Virgilia! I don't know! This track is good. We have had so many new tracks in this chapter alone. Varugilia. Virgil guiding Dante to Beatrice. Huh. I should really look into the Divine Comedy as well. The requirements for enjoying peak media are reading the Bible and also the Divine Comedy. Can't go wrong. You'll enjoy it more, I have a feeling. Since you'll be able to do a little bit more theory crafting. Oh, this track is actually really good. Hello, Zero. Welcome in. Okay, Varugilia.
ワルギリ
Never mind. Varugilia.
ア。ワルキュリ
Like Valkyria?
ア？神話の女神の名前だっけか？
Wasn't that a name for goddesses that show up in myths?
いいえ、
No.
ベアトリーチェのもとへ導くものとい
It
う意
means
味
the
です。
guide who leads the way to Beatrice.
煉獄さんの頂上にて待つあの子のもとへあなたを導く。
I will guide you to that child who awaits at the summit of Mount Purgatory.
その案内人にふさわしい名前でしょう。
It ought to be a fitting name for such a guide.
魔女を否定する俺が
Thank you,
魔
Rukishi.
女の助けを借りるとはな。
Who would have guessed I'd accept help from a witch when I'm trying to deny witches?
なるほど。
I see.
異なる主張が同時に存在できるこの矛盾した世界なら、それもありってわけだ。
If this is a contradictory world where different claims can exist at the same time, I guess that's cool.
笑える話だぜ。
It's almost funny.
あの子の言葉を借りるけど、本当にあなたは不死鳥のような人ね。
I am borrowing that child's words, but you truly are like a phoenix.
戦う気力がもう蘇ってきた。
Your will to fight has already been revived. Yeah, he dies and then he revives and then he dies again and then he revives. Which is basically him crying, giving up, then actually finding courage to keep going and then giving up again and crying. He's just like me for real. There's something nice in that. Virgil is the one who guides Dante through hell, purgatory, and paradise to his lover, Beatrice. I saw some insane reading guide for Deltarune that includes stuff like the Divine Comedy for Umineko. A lot of people say that you should read Umineko before Deltarune now because of chapter 5, which is kind of funny. I'm doing good, Zero. How about you?
さあ、心の準備がいいなら、あの子の元へ。
Come, if your heart is prepared, return to your
あの
opponent.
子の座するチェス盤の正面へお戻りなさい。
Return to the chessboard where that child is seated.
私の弟子とどこまで戦えるか楽しみにしていますよ。
I look forward to seeing how far you can fight with my disciple.
ああ、見てろ
Yeah, watch
よ。
it.
もうあいつの寝言には耳を貸さね
I won't listen to her babbling anymore.
え。とことん冷静に俺の戦いを貫いてやる。
I'll coolly fight to the end.
もうあいつの挑発には絶対に乗らね
I definitely won't get provoked by her any longer.
では戻りましょう。
Then let us return
戦いの席へ。
to the seat of the battle. Let's go.
おお、バトラー。
She's so cute. I love you, Beato. Ah, you're so awesome, so cool, so pretty, so awesome. Wow, 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 wow. I still need to play Deltarune. It's really good. I like it so much. Everyone should play it. It's awesome. I have to replay it and do all the secret stuff that I missed.
そなたどこへ姿を消しておったのか。
Oh, Batara, where did you run off to?
負け犬は二度と姿を現さないかと思ったぞ。
And I thought losers never came back for more.
え。待たせたな。
Sorry to keep you waiting.
頭を冷やしてきたぜ。
Sorry to keep a lady in waiting. Sorry, I fucked that up. I've cooled my head a little.
それで
And
わらわとお師匠様の愉快痛快爽快大喝采の素敵ファンタジーバトルへの回答は出たのかい？
did you think of a response to that pleasant, thrilling, refreshing, highly acclaimed, wonderful fantasy battle between teacher and me?
あんなのファンタジー以外じゃ説明不能だろ。
Isn't that impossible to explain without fantasy? Ori Will of the Wisp. I never finished Ori. I played it a bit, but I never did. It also says sorry to keep you waiting. So many voice clips. Yup.
さっき親切で上品にするとお誓いになられたばかりですよ。
Milady, didn't you just promise to be kind and act more gracefully?
いけねえいけね
She's so cute. Oh no, oh
え。
no.
バトラの顔を見てるとついつい上機嫌になってしまうものでな。
I just got in such a good mood when I saw Batara's face, you see.
ほれほれほれ。それでバトラさっきの戦いだがどういう反応を示してみせるよ。
Look, look, look. How are you gonna respond to that battle just now, Batara?
バトル何があったって
Battle? What battle?
何？
What?
このバラ庭園のどこに
In this rose
お
garden.
前らがニョキニョキ生やした塔が槍が
Where do you see those spears?
どこに転がってんだ
And towers you made lying around.
ねえじゃないか
They aren't here, are they?
つまりこいつがブラウン管の中身ってわけさ
In other words, it's just like the inside of a brown tube. I like how he acts all cocky after having the answer basically chewed out right in front of him. Like, okay. He basically had his comeback chewed out for him. And then he's like, well, it's just like the inside of a brown tube. I'm gonna fucking strangle him. He did no work. He did nothing. Oh, this guy is so funny. Owl didn't finish Ori. I'm sorry. I will eventually. I got stuck on something and then I gave up. It was a lot of years ago though. I was like, it was like in 2018 or something. Never finished Ori 2. Oh. Accidentally jumped where I wasn't supposed to and skipped a major character moment. That sucks. You can see my homework, but don't copy it exactly, Batara. Yep. You're a Celeste gamer now. I didn't even finish Celeste either. We'll get to that at some point. The inside of a brown tube. What in the world are you talking about now? You had to be there, Beato. I'm sorry. No, he's gonna fucking recite the whole thing to her. Just in other words. I hate you, Bataran. At this very moment, there's nothing at all in the rose garden. Powers may have been sprouting with magic until a short while ago. However, that's only the case until we see what's inside the brown tube. That magical battle is nothing more than your interpretation, your claim. The fact that there's absolutely nothing to see her now proves it. This is how I argue back about that witch's battle just now. Right now, there isn't anything here, which proves that nothing happened. Insane. Good job, Batara.
さすがに第一の晩から大暴れはできぬし、わらわもこのバラ庭園は気に入っているのでな。
Come now, of course I can't make a huge mess when it's only the first twilight, and I'm rather fond of that rose garden, you see.
被害を及ぼさないため、結界の中で戦っておったのだ。
To prevent any damage, I had the fight occur inside a barrier.
だから現実には何の影響も与えていないのは当然のことよ。
So it's only natural that it wouldn't have any influence on reality. That's your claim? Well, I guess that works. However, at this point in time, there's nothing in the rose garden. So nothing stands in the way of my claim that there was no magic done here. He's basically like, I can't see it, so it doesn't exist. He's just throwing some bullshit at the wall, hoping it sticks. This is insane. Actually, no. Cheated on his chemistry test? He would. I bought Deltarune for my Switch. I'll play it eventually. I hope that eventually is really soon. Actually, I don't know. Maybe... I would say that it's kind of fun to join in on the theories right now. But it's also kind of cool to wait until everything is finished. But I think the getting to come up with theories about what's going to happen in Deltarune is actually kind of fun. Imagine if Higu did stuff like this, would have been real nice. They never really did. I don't think. I mean, kind of, just less helpful. I'm gonna try to catch up before 6. Yeah. Probably isn't gonna take too long, considering how fast Toby is. Man, I do actually look forward to what you think about it.
おいおい、そんなめちゃくちゃでわらわの魔法を否定できるのか？
Wait, can you deny my magic with a mess like that?
魔法がないは証明不能。
It is impossible to prove that magic does not exist.
悪魔の証明であるぞ。
It's a devil's proof.
今この瞬間のこのバラ庭園が真実だ。
At this point in time, this garden is the truth.
覗いた瞬間にブラウン管の中の妖精は蒸発する。
The instant you look inside, the tiny people inside the brown tube will vanish.
そしてここには何の魔法の痕跡もない。
And there are no traces of magic here at all. I like how he knows that she doesn't understand the reference, and he just keeps throwing it in there just for good measure.
だからお前らの魔女の戦いは行われなかった。
So that battle between you witches did not take place.
なんだ
What the?
その返しては
That counter,
その力を
that power,
もしや
could it be...
お忘れですか、お嬢様。
Have you forgotten, milady?
多層世界収縮術です。
It is the multi-layered world's reduction technique. Ah, yes, of course.
無限の魔女の力と対になる有限の魔女の力。
The power of a finite witch, the counter to the power of an endless witch.
無限の魔女にしか悟ることができず、そして無限の魔女にとって最も強力な効果を発揮します。
Only an endless witch can perceive it, and it is most effective against such a witch.
シュレディンガーの猫箱か
Schrodinger's catbox.
あの老いぼれ魔女め余計な入れ知恵を
That old hag of a witch. What an uncalled for hint.
時間をロスった。
We've lost time,
使用人5人とじい様で6人の死体。
including the 5 servants and grandfather. There are 6 corpses.
状況を確認させてもらうぜ。
Let me check the scene.
俺がもたもたしてて時間を無駄にしちまった。
I've been trudging along, wasting
こ
time.
こからはサクサクいくぜ。
From now on, I'll speed things up, okay?
席につけ、ベアトリーチェ。
Take a seat, Beatrice.
ようやく第一の番じゃねえか。本番スタートだぜ。
It's finally the first twilight, isn't it? Let's start the real thing.
どんと来やがれ。
Show me what you've got. I love how cocky he is. He knows nothing. Yeah, he's acting so cool for someone that didn't deduce any of this stuff. He's so funny. Okay. Seven. Random bullshit, go. It's what he does best. It works out for him. Okay, usually I'd go for like roughly 20 more minutes, but I always end in the middle of a sentence, in the middle of a chapter, in the middle of stuff happening. So for once, I'm actually gonna stop the stream before that happens. That means that we're missing on a little bit, but that's okay. Oh god, I have to... If I'm playing... Like, okay, this is my episode 1 replay. I can never accidentally save over this. I'll die immediately. That's why I made it... Maybe I should have put it on another page entirely. Surely I won't ever save over this. It's gonna be okay. Would you take Batara as your defense attorney, Spooky? No way in hell. No way! Let me see. Who is live today? Batara ended the stream early. Yeah, it happens. I'm so hungry too, so I'm actually looking forward to eating something. Oh, you guys probably like Pikmin. Everyone likes Pikmin, right? Noi is playing Pikmin 4. So let's see. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, everyone. I had a lot of fun, even though I was very tired and still am very tired. I wish I could just fall asleep right on the spot, but I have to eat dinner and then waste time doing random shit instead of doing what I actually have to do and get my stuff done. My chores, my government paperwork that I still haven't finished. One day I'll actually get to it all. And not procrastinate. Maybe tomorrow, who knows. Can't wait for Sunday, me neither. I feel like when I play Umineko in particular, the time goes by so fast, and I feel like, I don't know. When 10 minutes pass for me in my mind, an hour has passed. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. Thank you, Zero. Thank you, Grok. Thank you, Trace. Thank you, Miggles. Thank you, Lark. Thank you, Fita. Thank you, Fifth Lord of Sheep. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, seriously, what the fuck, Clap. And everyone else who stopped by. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys, it's the weekend. I hope you have a lovely weekend ahead of you. And I'll see you on Sunday for more Umineko. Bye bye. Take care.